Hey, Nameless. Fuzzy, what's up? Yo, what's up, Spooky? We'll get started here real soon. I'm just gonna make my Instagram and TikTok notifications, and then we'll get started. All right, I think I got it working. Everything should be good. What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's going to be a chill day today. We're taking it nice and relaxed, and we're gonna do some React content. Nameless, you're tired. Yeah, I figured that. I figured you'd be tired. How's everyone else in chat doing today? Or tonight? Wherever you're at. Same, no sleep, gang. Man, I am actually not prepared at all. I didn't have my chat loaded up on my other monitor. Let me do that real quick. There we go. You apologize if things you sent aren't funny. Why would they not be funny? No worries. Anyway, Spooky, I'm just glad you're here. Let's check out what we got in the Discord. By the way, if you guys didn't notice, I did put the event in the Discord for our movie night. We're gonna have Wally playing Saturday at 3 p.m. at least in my time, Eastern Standard. But we'll have all the localization times and all that in the Discord. So if you guys haven't checked out that announcement, make sure you do. All right, let's change up this playlist. We had so much fun last time with the 2000s playlist. We'll save that for special occasions, though. Alright, let's check out what the Discord has. So, yeah, sleeping for 2 hours is crazy. I couldn't do that. You guys are troopers. You guys are absolute troopers. So what I'm gonna do here, here's my train of thought, right? I'm gonna load everything up onto my browser, all the links we had, and then we'll just go one by one through them. A bit less, actually. No, that's crazy nameless. Also, real quick, big shout outs. Big shout outs to Frazora here. She started making a fan art of me. This is insane. W for Frazora or Frazora. This is actually insane. Anyway, let me load up the links here. Yeah, that does not make it better. You're so right, Katzen. All right. We actually have a decent amount of links. I think it's like 7 or 8. Oh, let's not play them all at the same time. Oh, there's a whole YouTube video here and everything? I have not looked at these links at all. Oh, I see a Fern video in here. Okay, this is actually about to go hard. All right, I think I got all the links opened up. Are you guys ready? Are we ready to have a chill day, a chill react kind of day? It's my first time doing one of these streams. All right. Let's see what we got here. First one up was, let me actually see who posted these as well. First one up here was from Boba. They posted this video. Let's see what it is. Self-defense.
However, this move is only for life or death situations and not.
Hold on, can I turn off captions? How do we? Oh, there we go.
To be messed with. This move was created by Yeltsin in 1987. However, it was immediately banned from all karate competitions due to its violent nature, which is why once again I urge you to use caution. Step 1 is to make a fist, ensuring that your thumb is on the outside of your fingers.
Oh, is this how you like don't crack your fingers?
Do this with both hands. You now want to place your fists halfway between your chest and your hip. Once you're at this point, move them slowly from side to side, and eventually the momentum will end up with you.
Oh no! No way, bro. It's the first one that we react to. How is it going to be a Rick roll? Are you kidding me? Like, I'm so used to memorizing the URL for the Rick rolls. Like, it's like something like D and it has like a 4 in it. I just got Rick roll on the first one. Are you kidding me? Exactly. In the year 2025, it took 5 seconds, bruh. Now, you know what? Good timing, Boba. That was a great first one to put in there. Thank you for posting that. All right. What do we got here? This one's on Instagram. All right, so advanced humor. A baby is watching me wash my face. Oh God. Yeah, I can make this bigger. Oh God, it's like loud. I'm sorry if it's ear raping you guys. Wait, what did I miss it? Wait, I don't get it. What is it? He disappears. Oh, it's Peekaboo. Oh. What the? I get it, bro. That's crazy. Oh. Bro, camo outfit plus Peekaboo face equals invisible. That's so real. Yo, Frazora, yo, how are you doing? I saw you, you had to go to the doctors. Are you all right? I'm glad you were able to make it. We just got started. We only reacted to 2 things so far. And these things so far up here in the front, I'm actually going to put all the Instagram things up first because those are super quickly easy to get through. And then we'll do these 2 YouTube videos. All right, what's this third one here? We got Looking for the Love of My Life. Hold on. I know how I'm going to lower the volume. I'm so sorry. That's got to be loud for you guys. We'll do this. That should be quieter for you. Oh. We gotta lower it down a little more. I wish they had like a volume slider. You said not really, but we're chilling. I'll talk about it more in the Discord. People are comfortable. Okay. Yeah. Let's save that for a later conversation then for sure. I'm just glad you're all right. Oh, here, let me restart this one. They're like, I don't want a part of this at all. Nah, they're just like, nope. What's the photographer doing in the back there? Are you kidding me? Bro, the photographer, what is he doing in the back there? You see this guy? No, but she's like, what are we doing? She did not, and this one too. They want no part of him. Yo, Boba, welcome. Yo, you missed your own post. You rickrolled me, right? And that's an insane first post. Good timing though, because like I wouldn't have guessed it. I saw the URL, and I was like, well, it's not a rickroll. I know the URL for a rickroll. It's got D and 4 in it. As long as I'm looking for those things, like look at this. I know this as soon as I see it. It's like right up here, DQW4. If I look for that, I know it's a rickroll. But I didn't realize it from yours. All right, what's this next one? Conspiracy theory. Oh, this is Doug, right? Oh, not 7TV. Let me lower the volume here.
Proven. But the idea is that the vast majority of the internet now is just bots. It's bots on the social media. It's bots making blogs. So I found a study that Berkeley did. They looked at 1.2
are you guys
billion
bots?
posts. Their estimate is in 2019, about a third of the internet, 35%.
Yo, Estinova. Estina, is that you? Is this your account, Estina? I'm glad you're able to chat now. There we go. Yeah, welcome to the chat, guys. Are you all bots?
Generated content. Now in 2025, it's about 60%.
Be honest with me.
Jesus Christ.
This is across everything.
60%?
And obviously a big part of this is the advent of ChatGPT, right? Because now it's incredibly easy to have it post very compelling looking stuff. By definition, it's kind of hard to find good data, right? And so people have very different conclusions on it. London Cyber Lab did one. So their estimation is that human share is actually about 80%. So only...
Guys, we're doomed. We're so doomed. I can't believe it. I mean, that makes so much sense actually. The amount of bots I get in my Twitter DMs and in my TikTok DMs. Instagram's not that bad. But the amount of art bots and everything I just get in my DMs is insane. I should go through them one day. I should go through and put them on stream one day. It'd be funny cuz some of them I kind of troll some of them too. They'll message me like really begging to get art done, and I'll just be like, I don't know. Has anyone ever read The Death of the Internet? I've heard of it, but I've never read it. We're so cooked.
20% of the internet is actually bot-generated content. Pretty different from what Berkeley said.
Oh, it's only 20%. Okay.
The platform
That's still pretty
filters remove
bad.
roughly 96% of AI spam. And they say like Reddit is only like 15% AI spam. And then a Yale study, similar thing. They basically said 38% of posts on Facebook are by bots, but they only get 7% of the engagement. And so what that means is like
38%? You're telling me almost 40% of the platform is bots. Nah, man, we are
yes,
so
there's
cooked.
An enormous amount of bots generating stuff, but you're not really seeing it. And so there's different ways to interpret this theory. And so I just kind of encourage people based on these numbers to remember as you're going around the internet and you see people arguing or whatnot.
Doug is so
and
smart.
It feels like everybody is at boiling point. I just encourage you to remember all of this is fake. I made up all of this with an AI.
Oh, thank God.
None of these websites are real.
Thank God. I was like, we're so cooked. It's statistically one of you guys in chat have to be a bot. If this was the case. I'm glad it's not real. Wait, but what's the actual percentage though? Like, I really want to know.
Oh my God. And so it really makes you think that if you go on the internet and you read a post that says that your conspiracy theory isn't real, that's probably a bot who made that website to convince you it's not real.
Real.
It's truly insane.
None of these links work. You can't
You made
click
a fake Berkeley Data Lab page? This is psychotic, Doug.
I love Doug. I love Doug. He's so good. All right, what do we got next? Oh, this is one of those dorm room ones. He's gonna... Wait, is this the Lorax one? Please tell me it's the Lorax one. Have you guys seen these? These are actually pretty funny. Oh.
What's another word for 3.141592?
Oh, this isn't the Lorax.
Right away, sir.
Bruh. I'd be mad.
Fill in the blank. It's like taking from a baby.
Candy? Uh-oh.
Right away, ma'am.
Guys, should I do that to the kids on Halloween? They're not gonna expect it at all. It's my evil master plan. That'd be evil. Yes. Nameless, you're evil too. The kids would not be angry. Fuzzy, you're so wrong. The kids would not be angry. They would be so happy because I just dumped a bunch of candy. Do you know how the kids act when you put a bowl of candy outside of their house? They would not be angry for that. I'm sure one would cry. Yo, Reving, what's up? What's up? Thanks for the follow. I'm glad you could join us. How are you doing? Yeah, it would hurt. You guys are right. It would definitely hurt. What's this next one?
Fish without an eye.
No way you're gonna throw a fish. Ew. No, that's insane.
Name
The
the object
smell.
as it gets thrown at you.
The die.
Purse. Right away, ma'am.
A purse? Oh no. What? Wait, what was that? Oh, diapers. Oh, bro. Went back to my AI percent clip. No, dude, the AI percent is insane. Like, he got me pretty good, but like, even if that's closely true, I was just saying in chat, someone statistically has to be a bot in chat right now.
What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum?
A snowstorm?
A meltdown.
A meltdown. Oh. This can't... Oh, it's a carrot. I thought that was something else for a second. Yeah. We're not going to talk about it. For Zora, my mom used to make me steal those candy bowls that were left out. I can't lie. When I was young, I used to be one of those kids. I would try to take as much candy. I'm so sorry. I used to be one of those kids. But not when I got older. I learned to share the candy. When I got older, I actually gave my candy out. But I can't lie. Yeah, you didn't grow up as a cool kid if you weren't one of the ones stealing candy when you were young. You didn't live, I should say. You weren't living. Is there more of this one? Oh no, this is restarting. Okay, we got one more Instagram clip, and then we have 2 videos to react to. And these look pretty good, especially the Fern one. Fern makes some really interesting videos. All right, what's this last one here?
Por la acera no. La acera es para cruzar la gente. Por la acera no. Coge la calle, la calle. Coge la calle, la calle.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Coge la calle, la acera no.
He should be taking the street.
Para poder cruzar libre, la acera.
Although getting bonked on the head's pretty funny. This reminds me of the shopping cart guy. Cartnark is his name. Where if you don't put your cart back into the stall where it needs to go, he'll just slap a bunch of magnets on your car. Completely harmless, but it's actually like a really good idea.
Por la acera no. La acera es para cruzar la gente.
He beeped at him too.
La calle, coge la calle, la calle.
La calle, la calle.
Coge la calle, la acera no. La acera es para cruzar la gente. Para poder cruzar libre.
That's funny. All right, we got 2 YouTube videos now, and I actually have a third one that I didn't have in the chat. So this one's Stray Kids. Who linked this one actually? This one was from Katrine. Katrine, you linked this one. I don't know if you're in chat right now. What is this? What's going on here? I don't understand Korean, unfortunately. Okay, you are in chat. Oh, they're singing live.
인사 한번 드릴게요. 네, 인사드리겠습니다. 하나, 둘, 셋.
Should I wonder, should I put on captions? Auto translate English. I first learned of Stray Kids through Tower of God, like the opening. I think they made Tower of God, right?
Yes. 자, 멤버들 준비됐나요?
Okay, no worries. Thanks for lurking. Oh yeah.
어서 오십시오. 이 가게는 참 메뉴가 고르기도 쉽죠. 시켜도 감은 만족하지. 다시 지나가던 나그네 비둘기까지.
I love how deep their voices go. Let me actually lower down the volume just a little bit. But yeah, their voices are impressive. Yeah, Frozo, we were talking about this a little bit during I don't remember if it was last stream or the stream before, but I have my whole AniList profile, and yeah, I mean I've watched and I've read a little bit, but I've watched so many things. And yeah, Tower of God was one of them. I think I'm up to like 200 animes. Ah, yes. I could link it. I'll link it in Discord after stream. That's what I'll do. And why no AniList? Because I barely use that account. Like I have it for whenever I do watch anime, but I don't have any time nowadays to watch anime. Like I'm so busy just working on all of this and then also just work in general. But yeah, I mean I could definitely link it to you guys. I put it in the anime chat later. We'll listen to a couple more songs, but I don't want to take up the entire stream listening to some songs. They're very talented though. I don't think I've heard this one. I'm going to a Twice concert next year. I already have the tickets for it. Yeah, I don't want to say what month I'm seeing Twice, but I'm going to see them next year. If I say the month, it'll expose when I'm or where I'm at, I should say. Yeah, live music is difficult. You're so right, Fuzzy. This is really impressive. I love how they're like switching through them. That's sick. Their newest ones are the last two. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I recognize any of the other titles. Yeah, okay. Chick Chick Boom, I know. I like it. Okay, Backdoor. Okay. I know Backdoor. Wait, hold on. I want to see this one because it's got Lisa in it. Thanks for lurking. Is this hold on, which anime was this? I just watched it not too long ago. Okay, you know what? We're pulling it up. Now we're pulling up the AniList account. Oh yeah, it's got this problem where it doesn't like the link doesn't like to work. Okay. Let me see. Anylist.co. Can I search? I can search users here. Social. No. I wanted to find which anime it is, and I'm gonna lose my mind if I can't think of it. Yeah, I'll send a link in Discord. But where do I go to search my account again? Social form. I could log in, but I have to. Hold on, let me do this if I'm gonna log in. Let me do this real quick because I need to know the name of this. Here, we'll keep playing the music in the meantime. Okay, or it's not going to play the music. There we go. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, I know why it wasn't working. I'm an actual idiot. All right, here. I'm going to put the link in Discord, but I'll also show it on stream. Oh, you got me. Never mind. It's literally, yeah, you linked it to me. Okay. Which button is it? There we go. Cool. So what the one I was thinking about, was it this opening right here? I had it up here in my loved section because I loved watching it. Somewhere. Oh, wait. Is it this one? Solo leveling. That's the name of it. Oh my god. It's solo leveling. How did I forget solo leveling? Yeah, I gotta listen to this. No, the site, Buck, the site isn't just for openings. It's for tracking all anime. I love this song though. This song is so sick. They gotta be using autotune, right? Or like some sort of it. Maybe not too extreme, but they gotta be using autotune. Oh yeah. Very little autotune, yeah. No, they're still really impressive, like singing it. But you can hear a little bit. Solo leveling could have honestly slowed the story a little, padded it out, built a different. Yeah, you're right. At least I think season 2 could have done it a little. All right, so these two should be their newest ones, right? Oh no, right here. Here, let me skip to the last two. Oh, okay. I haven't heard any of these. Okay. All right, all right. A toaster? Huh? I just realized I'm still in the Hollow Knight category. Let me change that real quick. Oh, I didn't even change the title for the stream. Guys, what am I doing? Let me do that real quick.
자, 여러분 오늘 딩고에서 인사드리는 마지막 곡입니다. In My Head라는 곡이고요.
There we go.
이건 저희 발매된
Alright, I got it updated.
수록곡이니까
많이 많이 들어주고.
Silk Song graphics look insane. Nah, real.
좋아해 주세요 좀. 비우세요.
It's been a long day, Nameless. I've been super productive today. Ooh, ooh, this song goes hard. I've got some new songs to add to my playlist. My Spotify account is filled with different types of playlists. I have a K-pop and J-pop playlist. This is definitely going in there. I'm very slow to updating as well, Buck. Don't worry. With my K-pop playlist, I think the last group that I added a bunch of songs in there for was Dreamcatcher. I had some Dreamcatchers, I think a little bit of Luna. I'm very slow to update it. But one thing that I hate about my K-pop playlist, or I guess any K-pop playlist in general, is they'll remove songs as soon as the group doesn't really exist anymore. I hate that. I hate how Spotify does that. I forget which group was the one who did it. I think I can actually look. I have Spotify open. But one did it recently. Pink Fantasy. I had 2 songs from Pink Fantasy, and now they're just gone. I can't listen to this song anymore. Here. This is my Spotify. I had some KDA in here too. That's funny. But I had some Dreamcatcher, some Everglow, Idol, Red Velvet. There's some Stray Kids in there. God's Menu. There we go. What do we got? More Dreamcatcher. I mean, there's Luna. I had a decent amount. Anyway, that was a good video. I'll watch the rest maybe at some other point. I just don't want to take up the entire stream doing this. We got a Fern video to watch, and then we have a secret video that I had queued up. Wait, what's the name of this video? A bizarre kidnapping of Aldi's CEO. Huh? What?
This is the CEO of the parent company of Trader Joe's and Aldi. He has just finished work and is heading home for the day. Parked next to him
Guys,
is a
is this
Mercedes
scary?
280, the same model his boss is driving. But it appears to be someone else's car. His boss left earlier anyways and should long be home by now. What he can't see is that his boss is tied up in the back seat, just 3 meters away from him, gagged and held at gunpoint.
Oh.
He has been kidnapped, and this really is
Oh,
his car.
hell no. It would be at an Aldi's.
This right here is the beginning of the biggest kidnapping in German history.
In German? Wait, is Aldi's in German?
Is Theo Albrecht, one of the two
in
brothers
Germany?
who founded the global discount supermarket chain Aldi and one of the richest people in Europe. At this point in time, Aldi is already taking over Germany.
Oh my,
Soon
I
it
didn't
will
realize it
conquer
was
the
a German
world.
company. I thought it was...
Theo Albrecht and his brother
I thought it was only in the
forever
US.
changed the way people do grocery shopping, how much they spend on it, and how supermarkets work in general. But right now, he's not thinking about business. He's thinking about staying alive.
See, I love Fern videos for this reason. Like the music and the story that they show. Yeah, I didn't know it was German either. Oh, we haven't even gotten to the good parts of the video yet. How Aldi's CEO was kidnapped.
This is Theo, and this is his brother Karl. They're the Albrecht brothers. Their parents own a small grocery shop in the West German city of Essen. It's small and simple. The brothers grow up helping out where they can, but it's a tough time for selling groceries.
What a sweet
or
family.
anything, really. There was the hyperinflation in 1923, the Great Depression of 1929, Germany bombed to rubble in 1945.
Guys, who was alive in
and the currency
1920?
reform of 1948.
Type 1 in chat if you were
Most
alive in
Germans are
1920.
broke and hungry. Teo is in his mid-20s when he and Carl take over the family shop. They know they have to be smart to make it through these
Good
difficult
year.
times. In this bare-bones store, the two will develop a set of principles that will revolutionize the concept of supermarkets.
I guess it can
as
kind
we
of sound
know it.
close to Adidas. Rev and I be like one.
This is Hannah. She's in her early 20s and from another West German city called Dusseldorf. She comes from money, and right now she's
She
head
comes
over heels
from
in
money.
love with this guy. He's a bit older, as in almost 30 years older. A lawyer with a firm in downtown Dusseldorf.
Ew.
He too is rich. He drives flashy cars, takes luxury vacations, and somehow always wins at the roulette table. Well, almost always. The other day, his luck ran out. He had to borrow 300,000 Deutsche Marks from Hannah, but that's not going to bother her tonight.
Gamba
they'll enjoy
time,
themselves
gamba
at a ball.
time.
Hannah will have this photo framed and put up in her bedroom. She has no idea it'll go global just a few months later.
Uh-oh. Is that the photo they used for the crime
Interpol
case?
will use it for their manhunt to
Oh,
bring
yep.
down the mastermind behind Germany's
That was
most
answered
high-profile
quickly.
kidnapping. Hannah's big shot lawyer boyfriend is called Heinz Joachim Ohlenburg, and right now he's got a problem. He and his partner just kidnapped
Oh,
one of
that's
the richest
insane,
men
Buck.
in the country. And they have absolutely no idea what to do next. To be fair,
Oh.
it's their first kidnapping.
They said,
Also,
we didn't get that
Ohlenburg's day
far.
job is entirely different. He forged his high school
Yeah, you can
diploma
send
to get
whatever.
into law
As
school.
long as it's not
He's
inappropriate
been
for like
divorced
stream.
twice
Yeah,
and
you can
keeps
send
having
whatever.
affairs with young women. These days, he's representing pretty shady clients, loan sharks, small-time crooks, and professional criminals. Now he needs cash, lots of it, and fast. 700,000 Deutsche Marks. He owes not only Hannah
700,000?
a couple of grand.
Wait, what's the
but also a
ratio?
few-
What's the ratio? What's the Deutsche Mark to a USD? German currency to USD 1920. We're in 1920s, right? I think we were. 57 well, okay, no, this is not what I'm looking for. German currency to USD. Let's just do that. Oh, I didn't want to full screen that. Hello, I'd like to exit full screen. There we go. How much is it? Oh, so it's about equal to a USD. I don't know during this
relatives,
time
and
if it's
even two
exactly the
serious
same.
felons. One of them is this guy here, Diamond Paul. His real name is Paul Kron. He's a trained car mechanic by day and a safecracker by night. He breaks into banks and department stores and snatches
Oh.
their cash deposits. He got caught once and did a few years behind
Diamond
bars.
Paul. He's a
He swore
professional.
he was done with that life when he got out, but he still has that one dream. A house on the Spanish Mediterranean coast. He even has a name for it. Casa Paulo. The
Casa
land is already
Paulo.
paid for. Now he just needs the money to build it. But his day job pays less than
You know, we could
2,000
all use the
Deutsche
money to
Marks a
build our
month.
own house.
That is not going to cut it. The kidnapping was his idea. One last job, and they go off-grid forever.
One last job. It sounds like every thief movie ever.
The morning after the kidnapping, they
Robert
don't know where to stash
Topaz.
their millionaire. So Paul spent the night with him in his garage. with
That's
Theo
his,
Albrecht tied
that's
up
his
and
sidekick,
blindfolded next to
Robert
him in the
Topaz.
passenger seat. Albrecht's wife already knows. They called her the night before
Or
the
Topaz
kidnapping.
Robert, actually.
They promised her husband would come back unharmed as long as she stayed quiet. No cops, no press. Now they just need to figure out what to do with him. First, they need to bring him somewhere safe, quietly.
I can't
so
believe they
that no
didn't
one
think
will
this far.
recognize him. But how do you move a hostage without anyone noticing? They weigh
Drug
their
him.
options. A wardrobe trunk, too small. A broom closet, 6 weeks delivery time. Roll him up in a carpet. That could work.
No way.
Ohlenberg heads out to get one, 2 by 3 meters. Kron stays in the car with Albrecht. They agree to meet at a quiet road where they can safely transfer Albrecht into a Volkswagen van. The plan is to make him sit on the rolled out rug and wrap him up like a burrito.
No way this is their idea.
It all starts with this. Butter.
Butter?
Post-war Germany is a country in ruins. Food is scarce.
What, they're gonna slide
Butter
him into
is
the
a
rug or
luxury.
something? I don't... What?
So the Albrecht brothers do something unusual. They sell their butter at cost, without markups and profits, sometimes even at loss. But word spreads quickly. There's no cheaper butter in town than at the Albrecht shop. Butter becomes their draw.
The Albrecht
but was
shop.
often called a loss leader. Other Albrecht loss leaders are bread, margarine, milk, flour, potatoes, pasta, soap, and toilet paper.
That's
They're
a
everyday essentials at
weird
unbeatable
last two
prices.
things. Soap and
once
toilet
customers come
paper
in for those,
compared to all the food that they
they're
had.
likely to also spend money on other products. The plan works out. Before long, the Albrechts open one grocery store after another.
So like they're the
Within
main
just a few
chain.
years, they're running 30 supermarkets across the greater area. While scaling, Alda keeps it old
W.
school.
Albrecht.
A lot of paper, a lot of folders, tightly managed apartments. If only they could have run on Odoo, the all-in-one management platform,
it's a
instead of isolated
sponsor.
softwares. Hub, choose making its full.
There we
Oldenburg
go.
and Kron are
Problem
looking
solved.
for a place to hide their kidnapped millionaire, in broad daylight in downtown Dusseldorf. The first idea is Oldenburg's lawyer's office, but it's located on a busy street right in the city center, just off the central station. Getting Albrecht out of the car and into the building would mean walking him across the sidewalk, blindfolded, so he doesn't see where he's taken and by whom. He could shout.
No one's gonna question
people
that,
could
though?
notice and get suspicious. The second idea
No,
is
it is.
Oldenburg's
Fern always
grown-up
makes some
daughter.
great videos.
She lives only a few blocks away. They could hide him there and have her move into the lawyer's office for a while. But that's probably a tough sell.
Wait till I show
Her
you guys the
father
next
has never
video, though.
visited
The
her
next video is
apartment,
also super
not
high
even
quality.
once. And now he would just show up with a kidnapped millionaire. So, back to the first idea. Unfortunately, Albrecht doesn't fit in the rug. What now? The hostage himself ends up pitching in. He promises to cooperate and not cause trouble. Ollenberg and Kron agree. They take off the blindfold, tape his eyes with skin patches, and give him a pair of shades.
Skin
Then they walk him
patches.
across the sidewalk to the building.
I don't like
But
that.
there's another problem. The office is packed with staff and clients who've already been waiting a while. So Ollenberg shuffles everyone into back rooms so that Kron can sneak Albrecht through the hallway and into Ollenberg's private room. He usually reserves it for secret dates with his younger girlfriends. The room is a cramped 4 square meter alcove. They sit
Secret
Albrecht down on
dates.
the bed. Then Ollenberg goes into full gear to clear the office, rushing through client meetings and sending his staff home early. They don't mind. Hanna is worried, as usual. Not because she thinks her boyfriend is a kidnapper, but because she knows he's a womanizer, constantly chasing younger women. But tonight he comes home from work on time. There's nothing special.
That's
on
the
evening
strange
news.
part. He came
No
back
mentions of a missing
to his
tycoon.
house on time.
Mrs. Albrecht seems to have gotten the message. No police and no press.
Das ist Rentner Hugo Bansemann. Wir fragten ihn in seiner Wohnung, warum kaufen Sie bei Albrecht?
Wissen Sie, wenn man Rentner ist, muss man mit dem Pfennig rechnen. Und ich kaufe bei Albrecht ein. Ich kaufe dort immer ein.
You know what I get reminded of every time I see this like grave video like that? It reminds me of Defunctland videos. I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber Defunctland, but he makes a bunch of theme park videos, and though that's also like another great channel to react to at some point.
Kaufen Sie bei Albrecht, zu Ihrem Vorteil.
Karl Albrecht steps onto a small stage. He's about to give a rare public speech. He talks to fellow grocers about how he and his brother grew their business from 1 to 30 stores within just a few years. It'll be the
He does
first
a lot
and last
now.
time he publicly explains the Albrecht business model.
Looking back on our operations, I see that in the early days, we were forced to keep a small product range. The sales strategy includes only fast-moving consumer goods. The limited product range eliminates time-consuming consultations for our staff, and customers can decide much faster to either buy or not buy. For example, we don't carry loose jams, fresh fruits and vegetables because they slow down sales. We also skip canned fruits and vegetables and specialty items like mayonnaise, pickled herring, herring salad, and so on because of turnover speed.
So much detail about this
One
store.
variety of each product. For legumes, we have
I
just
wonder
one
why
type
Fern is
each,
giving us so much
only
detail
one
about
kind of
this.
beans, one kind of lentils, and one kind of rice. For shoe polish, we only carry Erdal. For toothpaste, only Blendux, and only Sigella for floor wicks and cans. So for brand products, we only ever carry the best-selling brand. We have followed this principle of small product ranges at low prices since 1950. The customer must believe they cannot buy cheaper anywhere else. Once that belief is in place,
It's all a mind game.
I think we achieved just that.
Yeah, every time you walk into the
Customers will
superstore,
accept about
or superstore,
anything.
what? The supermarket. It's all a mind game.
Theo Albrecht spends most of his confinement sitting on the bed in his undershirt and briefs. He gets bread rolls for breakfast, steak with potatoes and beans for lunch, and coffee and pastries at tea time. The kidnappers offer him a warm meal for dinner, but he just wants sandwiches and mineral water. Every 2 days, he gets a hot bath and fresh underwear. He's allowed to shave with one of the kidnappers' razors. They took his suit and shirt to a dry cleaner.
Yeah,
so it looked
exactly,
decent on
Fuzzy.
the
The
day of his
superstore or
release.
superhero shop.
His captors dictate letters for him to write to his wife.
Dear Silly, you have heard from me by now. I want to assure you
No,
again
real.
that I'm doing
Buck,
fine
you're so real
and
for
that I'm
that.
being treated fairly. Please don't worry, everything will be okay.
I'll have a sandwich.
I beg you not to call the police at any circumstance and to not involve the press. I'll explain the terms of my release later. Much
interesting.
love, your Theo.
4 days in, and the kidnappers still haven't addressed the ransom. Ullenberg keeps dodging the topic, saying it makes him uncomfortable. And just like that, another day goes by in captivity. Albrecht will later testify in court that during those days, he lived in constant fear for his life. Day 5, Saturday. Albrecht decides to take matters into his own hands. He proposes a ransom. By this time, Aldi is estimated to be generating 2 billion Deutsche Marks in yearly revenue. But the price tag he puts on his own life is considerably smaller, 100,000 Deutsche Marks. It's a ridiculous offer, a joke. Then again, it's very on brand. Theo Albrecht is famously stingy. Daily business at the Albrecht stores is governed by a set of strict principles. 1. No heating. Employees are expected to dress warmly. 2. Lights off unless absolutely necessary. Theo Albrecht personally ensures compliance during frequent surprise rounds.
It's so frugal.
3. Zero waste. Every sheet of paper is used front and back. Plastic sleeves get reused. Paper clips
no, seriously, like what?
Saved. 4.
Negotiating your own ransom.
No decoration. No pretty product
No
displays,
decoration?
No fancy signage. Just fluorescent lighting and cardboard boxes stacked on plain shelves. 5. Speed.
Like the bare minimum.
Or what some may call German. No chit-chat, no customer consultation, no service counters. Just rapid checkouts. Time is money. Even
customer
the
service must be
optimized.
terribly poor.
Theo Albrecht has all electronic hand dryers replaced because they take 4 seconds too long to shut off. Refrigeration is too expensive as well. The butter that fueled Aldi's meteoric rise is sold at room temperature. At night, it's stored in a cool basement.
Actually, room temperature butter is so much better than cold butter.
Rock bottom prices. Affordable for anyone.
I keep my butter room temperature.
Albrecht so preisgünstig einkaufen, weil die Ladeneinrichtung nur einen Bruchteil des Üblichen kostet. Kein überflüssiger Luxus, aber zweckmäßig und sauber für moderne Menschen. Albrecht-Preise sind nicht durch hohe Einrichtungskosten belastet. Überzeugen Sie sich. Kaufen Sie im Aldi-Markt.
The Albrecht grocery business eventually turns into Aldi, the discount giant that's also behind Trader Joe's. And Aldi becomes a force of nature.
Was Trader Joe's
a retail machine that leverages
like
its market
existing
power
back
to
then?
squeeze suppliers and
or
farmers
Trader Joe's
for
newer?
Ever lower prices. The
I think
Albrecht
it's
brothers earn a reputation as
I think it's
brutally
newer.
efficient negotiators. But right now, Theo Albrecht is not the one negotiating from a position of power. The guys across the table have a gun, and they're threatening to kill him. They flat out reject his initial offer.
Twin.
Ullenberg knows exactly how rich Albrecht is. He read about it in a book. That's how they picked him up in the first place. Ullenberg tells Albrecht they need to consult with their partners. First, Kron heads into the next room for a call, then Ullenberg. The calls are fake. There's no one on the other end. They're bluffing to push the ransom. Ullenberg tells Albrecht he and his partners have agreed on a number. He says there are 7 people involved and that $1 million each would be fair. That makes 7 million.
Wow,
At
they
this
read a
point,
book.
It's the largest sum ever demanded in a kidnapping in Europe. Ullenberg tells Albrecht not to worry. He can probably tax deduct the money as a business expense. Albrecht
That's a crazy
agrees.
statement.
It's not like he really has a choice. By now, the kidnappers have worked out a plan for the ransom drop. On Tuesday at exactly 4 p.m., they'll call the Albrecht residence. Waiting on the other end will be the 4 people involved in the handover: Albrecht's wife, Silly, the family lawyer, the company's managing director, and one of his sons. They'll be given a first location, Meisenberg Street in Essen. There will be 2 stones with a note hidden
That is a
underneath.
crazy name.
The note will lead them to another location, where they'll find another note with another direction. The same thing will happen 2 more times. The final note will read,
Continue along the B288 toward Essen. Pull over at the parking lot near the Ruhrtal Bridge and use the deposited radio transmitter. Press the right button to say, Theo, come in please. Then follow the instructions you'll receive over the radio.
Kron will guide them via walkie-talkie to a path in the woods. There they're supposed to drop the money and leave. When the coast is clear, Kron will grab the ransom, and Albrecht will be released at Frankfurt Airport. They'll tell him they're leaving the country. Albrecht is told to board a plane back to Dusseldorf. Once he lands, he's a free man, and the kidnappers will have supposedly fled somewhere far away. It's a solid plan. Even Albrecht feels a bit relieved.
Yeah, I mean, it might actually work. We'll see, though.
Essen Police Headquarters. These are the 4 people awaiting the instructions for the ransom drop. At least they're supposed to look
Imagine
the
they
part.
don't get the instruction.
They're actually 4 undercover detectives.
Oh!
They've been disguised by theater makeup artists. One of them is dressed as Mrs. Albrecht and wearing a wig. Underneath the costumes, they're hiding bulletproof vests and guns. They're standing by and waiting for the signal. Kron makes the call to Albrecht residence.
Okay, this is actually so interesting.
He says hello and is about to give the first set of instructions, and immediately gets cut off. Mrs. Albrecht was the one supposed to answer the call, but it's the family's lawyer on the line.
Oh no, they're
Please
fumbling.
listen carefully. I have a brief but important statement to make. The conditions you have set are unacceptable. Money is the only viable exchange for the hostage. Since you demanded an unusually high amount of ransom money, we had to notify the state central bank. They in turn informed the police, and the press is also aware of the situation. We must act quickly now. Name a drop location and a reasonable amount. You will have our word. You will receive the money and be given enough time by the police to disappear.
Police and the press. That's the worst case scenario. Kron rejects and hangs up. The Albrecht family and the investigators
Their
are
plan's
startled
crumbling.
too. They've spooked the kidnappers and lost their trust. Theo Albrecht's life is still very much on the line. What now?
Yeah, they fumbled the bag.
This is Franz Hengsbach. He's the Bishop of Essen. And this is the city's chief of police. He desperately needs someone neutral that everyone can trust. The police, the family, and most importantly, the kidnappers. Someone who can be handed 7 million Deutschmarks and promise the kidnappers not to set them up. The plan is to use the Christian seal of confession. According to German criminal law, clergy are not obligated to report crimes they learn about during spiritual counsel. This will hopefully give the kidnappers a bit more assurance.
Weird.
Maybe they really can walk away clean. Which is why Bishop
I guess it
Hengsbach
kind
shall
of
handle
makes
the money
sense if
handoff
you're.
and save Theo
Nah,
Albrecht's
you know what?
life.
That's just a really stupid
Hengsbach
rule.
is a man of faith. Of course he agrees. The kidnappers also agree to the plan. Technically, everything is set for a clean and smooth handover. Technically.
The
press has known about the case for a while now, and agreed to keep quiet upon police request. But when they find out about the bishop becoming the middleman, they can't resist any longer. It's just too good of a story. The Essen police and prosecutors are forced to call a press conference. The room is packed.
Unser Verhältnis zur Familie ist, möchte ich sagen, aufgrund der merkwürdigen, teilweise sensationell aufgemachten Presseveröffentlichung etwas gestört.
It's always so funny how the German language just sounds so strong.
Now it's not just the police anymore. The entire world knows what's happening. The bishop has been compromised. The kidnappers call off the meeting. It's too risky. The Albrecht family is desperate. They've lost all contact with the kidnappers. Will they harm Theo? Their last hope for communication is to include a message in a popular show on German national TV.
It's on a show now? You're gonna put the
Anna
message
is
on a
doing
show?
okay, but she's worried about her boyfriend. He hasn't been sleeping well and says work has been stressful lately. At least they can unwind in front of the TV.
Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Vor 11 Tagen, am 29. November, haben bisher unbekannte Täter in der Nähe von Essen den Großkaufmann Theo Albrecht entführt. Sie verlangen ein Lösegeld von 7 Millionen Mark und einen Vorsprung von 24 Stunden. Da die Verbindung mit den Tätern in den letzten Stunden zusehends schlechter geworden ist, hat uns die Familie Albrecht gebeten, den Tätern, die diese Sendung heute Abend sicher sehen werden, folgende Nachricht zu übermitteln. Bitte bleiben Sie weiterhin mit dem Vermittler in Verbindung. Dieser wird niemanden über den Übergabeort und Zeit unterrichten. Nach Rückgabe des Entführten soll Theo Albrecht 24 Stunden bei dem Vermittler verbleiben. Dadurch sind Verfolgungsmaßnahmen für diese 24 Stunden ausgeschlossen. Bitte handeln Sie bald.
Business in Germany keeps booming, and Karl Albrecht sets his sights on expansion.
It's
In
their move
1967,
now.
his branch of the business called Aldi Süd takes its first steps abroad, buying up Austrian supermarket chain Hofer with 30 shops.
Hofer?
His brother Theo follows suit 6 years later, opening the first Aldi Nord store in the Dutch city of Rotterdam.
Why is the logo different like that?
Soon they expand to Belgium and
Like,
France,
just make them the
conquering
same.
Europe one country at a time. But right now, Karl Albrecht has to take a very different kind of call. He's on the phone with one of the men who has kidnapped his brother, and the guy is furious. The ransom drop-off has to happen, now, clean and fast. They settle on a new time and place. The kidnappers agree to let Bishop Hengsbach deliver the money after all. Albrecht is to stay with him for 24 hours after the exchange. No police. Any interference could be fatal. Karl Albrecht agrees. Back at the office, Kron returns with the good news. The deal is back on. But Ollenberg has other concerns. He knows the police are recording their calls.
These guys are
He's
gonna be
been
super
obsessing over
careful.
security and telling his accomplice countless times to take precautions. So just to be sure, he asks Kron if he really changed his voice. Kron shrugs. awkwardly. Yeah, kind of.
Kind of? Uh-oh.
Day 17 of the abduction. Tonight's the night. The handover is finally supposed to happen. Theo Albrecht in exchange for 7 million Deutsche Marks. A lonely dirt road just off the highway. There's an overpass and 2 exit roads close by. Perfect escape conditions. The kidnappers arrive. Albrecht is wearing skin patches over his eyelids, sunglasses, and an old hat from Ullenberg. They had a glass of sparkling wine to mark the occasion. Ullenberg even gave Albrecht 2 parting gifts. The three step
What are
out
the gifts?
and wait for over an hour. Is this a setup after all?
Uh-oh.
Finally, a Volkswagen rolls up with Essen plates. The 2 men step out in clerical coats. One of them is unmistakably Bishop Hengsbach. The family fears a double cross. What if this is not the
Yo,
real
Winter, what's
Theo?
up?
What if the kidnappers
Glad
pass
you
off
can make
the
it to the
decoy
stream.
and run off with the money? So the bishop has to test him, with 3 questions dictated by Theo's wife. What kind of wood is Albrecht's new bedroom wardrobe made of?
The secret
Albrecht
code.
hesitates. That damn wardrobe. What was the name of that wood again? He gives his answer, but the bishop shakes his head. Wrong. The second question is about an acquaintance they made during vacation. He gets that one right, and the third one too. All right, close enough. This has to be the real Theo Albrecht. The bishop and his driver get the money from the car, 7 million Deutsche Marks in cash, wrapped like Christmas presents. Ullenberg and Kron wish them Merry Christmas, hand over the Aldi founder, and vanish. No one follows them. They did it. They're now multi-millionaires.
Nah, I don't believe it. There's gotta be some sort of setup.
Germany's most wanted criminals.
Yo, thanks for the follow. Strainor? Did I say that right?
In welcher
Thanks for the
Verfassung
follow.
sind Sie vorgestern entlassen worden?
Also ich bin gesund. Ich bin natürlich sehr, sehr müde. Es hat mich ziemlich strapaziert.
Hatten Sie während der Zeit der
Try to VR
Gefangenschaft
experience
daran geglaubt, dass
for
dieser Fall gut
social work
ausgeht?
class. Ooh.
Also ich habe die Hoffnung nicht untergehen lassen.
Wait,
Haben
hold
Sie
on,
mit
I'm
den
not gonna lie, I missed
Entführern-
like the last minute there. What happened?
And Germany's most wanted criminals.
In welcher Verfassung sind Sie vorgestern entlassen worden?
Also ich bin gesund. Ich bin natürlich sehr, sehr müde. Es hat mich ziemlich strapaziert.
It was just like that?
Hatten Sie
Nah,
während
there's
der
no
Zeit der
way.
Gefangenschaft daran geglaubt, dass
Yeah, I am
dieser Fall gut
invested.
ausgeht?
Also ich habe die Hoffnung nicht untergehen lassen.
Haben Sie mit den Entführern Gespräche führen können über menschliche Dinge oder nur über die Tat?
Ich habe praktisch kaum mit den Entführern gesprochen.
Theo
Probably
Albrecht
no
is a
money?
free
Yeah,
man.
you're probably right.
17 days after his abduction, he's finally back. He just keeps doing what he does best, expand his empire. In 1979, he sets his sights on the US market and buys Trader Joe's. Then he enforces the same principles that made Aldi so successful: a limited product range, strong private labels, and aggressive pricing. The formula works. Trader Joe's grows from a quirky Californian chain into a nationwide cold supermarket.
Oh, it started
with
in
hundreds of
California?
locations and billions in revenue. His brother had already opened the first US Aldi store 3 years earlier. Theo operates under the banner of his branch, Aldi Nord, and Karl under Aldi Süd. They're technically competitors, but with different customer bases. Today,
Wait, why are
Aldi
they-
is the fastest growing grocery
why are they
retailer
different?
in the US. And the
Or
main
why are
reason
they
people shop there is
competing?
the same as ever. Unbeatable prices.
Aldi doesn't play pricing games on USDA choice beef. They have low prices every day.
Hannah is waiting for her
You
boyfriend.
guys shop at Aldi's?
She's packed his suitcase. He said he was going on vacation without her. And now he's late. Maybe he's
I
seeing
go like
someone
every
else.
once in a while, but
When he finally gets
not
home,
too often.
his shoes are soaking and his pants are covered in mud.
You shop at Kroger?
How would you get your pants that dirty?
Kroger's
at a
not
downtown
available here.
office?
Like, it's only like the
But
delivery.
Ullenberg can't exactly tell her that he just pulled off a spectacular kidnapping, and that his pants are dirty because he just buried 1.5 million Deutsche Marks in the woods.
Oh, he
So he
buried
just
the
says
money?
nothing. His thoughts are already elsewhere anyway, with his other girlfriend, his one true love, the woman he plans to run away with, all the way to the other side of the world, where they'll use that money to start a new life. But Hannah will soon find out what those dirty pants were really about. Paul Kron is at his sister's house. Her husband is there too. They're having coffee and cake, and the TV is on, with sound.
Da handelt es sich zunächst einmal, meine Damen und Herren, um ein Gespräch zwischen einem Familienmitglied und einem der Entführer. Bitte hören Sie einmal zu.
So it's true. The police really did record the phone call between Kron and Karl Albrecht. Now the city's district attorney is playing it to the German press. He's hoping to get help from the public, that someone out there will recognize the kidnapper's voice.
Okay.
Hier irgendwo im Kohlenpott in Empfang nehmen.
Ja, nein, hören Sie zu.
Und dann,
Herr Dr. Meier. Herr Dr. Meier.
You gotta put on the detective
Merken
hats.
Sie denn nicht, dass wir den Bruder haben wollen und bereit sind, das Geld zu geben?
Wissen Sie, Ihr Bruder verliert langsam die Nerven.
Ich verstehe das.
Er möchte gerne nach Hause.
Ich verstehe
Er
das.
kann nichts anderes tun als schreiben.
Kron's sister instantly recognizes her brother's voice. No doubt about it.
Yeah, makes sense.
He's the Aldi kidnapper the entire country is looking for. That's a tough thing to explain over coffee and cake. Kron doesn't even try. He just gets up and leaves. Hannah recognizes the voice too. Ollenburg has invited Kron over for dinner many times. She knows exactly who that is. A small electronics store in Dusseldorf. The shopkeeper turns on the TV just to catch a segment of a show called Here and Today. They're also playing the recording of the Aldi's kidnapper's voice, and it sounds very familiar. Just the day before, a man with that exact voice had come in to pay off his installment plan. He even bought a stereo system for 3,400 Deutsche Marks on top. The shopkeeper calls the police. Before the handoff, investigators had written down the serial numbers of all 500 Deutsche Mark bills in the ransom bundle. 3 of those bills were used in the electronics store. It's a match. Paul Kron is arrested 2 days later.
Oh, that's
but the
so
second
smart.
kidnapper is still a mystery, and still at large. Peter Spohr is a young police trainee working toward his detective badge.
Criminals
Right now,
nowadays
he's doing
just
an
gotta ask for
internship with the
Bitcoin.
Essen Criminal Police.
Can't track
This
it
is
as
his
easy.
mentor, Chief Inspector Friedhelm Meise. They're sitting in a lawyer's office on the 4th floor of the Graf Adolf Street 45. It's run by the lawyer representing Paul Kron. It's not exactly a hot lead for the 2 policemen. The more exciting assignments had already been snatched up by others. There's a
They're
pub
doing
downstairs
the
on
grunt
the ground
work.
floor of the building. Good cops think strategically. So first a beer, and then a plan. Theo Albrecht never knew where exactly he had been held, but he told the police every detail he could remember. An elevator in the stairwell, a narrow bathroom with a double sink and a broken extractor fan, the sound of streetcars passing by, and a bell chiming at regular intervals. The policemen see a streetcar passing by outside the lawyer's office. Then they hear the church bell of a nearby convent, just like in Albrecht's description. They peek into the building stairwell. Bingo, an elevator. So they check out the construction plan from the city's
Bro's got the
building.
Fortnite blueprint.
The bathroom is long and narrow. They get a warrant to search the office. Everything inside exactly matches Albrecht's memories. Meanwhile, Kron starts to crack.
Paul Kron hat gesungen. Bezichtigt Heinz-Joachim Ollenburg als Haupttäter der Entführung, der ihn mit 10.000 Mark abgespeist hat. Doch der Vogel ist ausgeflogen.
The bird has flown.
This is Blondie, a
Hi,
19-year-old legal
Blondie.
assistant. She's waiting for her boyfriend at Wuppertal Central Station. She hasn't seen him in weeks, but he promised her something big. A luxury vacation in
Pause.
Mexico to celebrate that she
Oh, okay.
successfully passed her
Okay,
training.
we're safe.
2 full weeks. Heinz-Joachim Ollenburg is on the run. He knows the cops have already picked up Kron. It's only a matter of time before they find out that he's the second Aldi kidnapper. Ollenburg and Blondie have known each other for over a year. When she spent a few months working from the US, he started killing time with Hannah, but his heart always belonged to Blondie. They're madly in love with each other. Now they're on their way to Frankfurt Airport. Back in Essen, Hannah has no idea. She's alone at home when suddenly the police is at her door.
She was a side
They're looking
chick. He
for
actually wants a
Ollenburg.
side chick.
They seize this photo. It will become
Oh,
the
the
official
photo.
manhunt photo. Once they realize Ollenburg has left the country, the case goes global. The picture is sent to Interpol and investigators in over 100 countries. Ollenburg is now one of the most wanted men on the planet. And Hannah finally learns the truth, that her charming lover owes her over 300,000 marks, that he kidnapped the founder of Aldi, locked him up in his office, and then came home to her every night as if nothing happened.
Yeah, that's
all while secretly
insane.
planning his escape, with a girl from Wuppertal he's been sleeping with all this time. Shortly after, Hannah walks into a police station and hands them her boyfriend's dirty pants. Maybe there's something on them that will help them bring him
Oh,
down.
W girlfriend.
A luxury hotel in Mexico City. Ollenburg and Blondie have spent a quiet first night together. Now he's supposed to plan their next days. But deep down, he's thinking about something else.
Nah, you're not
He
safe,
could tell
buddy.
Blondie everything.
You're not
The
safe.
whole story. They could run. First to Cuba, a country that surely doesn't extradite to Germany, and then disappear to some remote Pacific island. But would Blondie really leave everything behind for him? Her whole life? Her family?
There's no way. If she's smart,
It's
she'll
12
say
a.m.
no.
now, and Blondie is waiting for her boyfriend in the hotel lobby. She's coming off a travel group meeting. He said he'd freshen up for lunch and meet her downstairs, but he doesn't show up. Turns out her
'Cause he got
boyfriend
caught.
has just been
Yeah.
arrested by agents of the Mexican Federal Police. Paul Cron has thrown him under the bus. Blondie is stunned, unable to process what's happening, but all signs point to a shocking truth. Her boyfriend is the mastermind behind the spectacular kidnapping of Theo Albrecht.
That
the
must
crime that's
be
been dominating
super
headlines
sucky
in
for
Germany
her.
for weeks.
Imagine that's
So
what you
much for her
find out.
vacation. They're on the flight back to Europe when she confesses her love. She'll wait for him even if he ends up going to jail.
Erst am 1. Januar 1972 kehrt
She
aus
confessed
Mexiko
even after that?
abgeschoben, mehr oder weniger freiwillig zurück mit seiner
Never
Begleiterin
mind.
aus Wuppertal. Ollenburg hat
She's
heute
a
Mittag
little-
ein
she's a little
Geständnis
slow.
abgelegt. Was fehlt, sind die 7 Millionen Mark Lösegeld.
Heinz
Yeah,
Joachim
that's wild.
Ollenburg is sentenced to 8.5 years in prison.
Only 8.5 years? I mean, I guess he didn't kill the guy, but like, damn. The whole heist
All
and
this stands for a
8.5
promise.
years?
We'll do everything we can to make sure you pay as little as possible. For millions of people living from paycheck to paycheck around the globe, that promise is a lifeline. At Aldi, they're able to afford things they otherwise couldn't.
Hashtag ad.
But that promise comes at a cost. Workers operate under enormous pressure.
Oh,
because
never
in
mind.
Aldi
Not
stores,
hashtag
every
ad.
second counts. According to one report, cashiers are expected to scan 55 items per minute. Customers can barely keep up with bagging. Low prices means high pressure, not just for staff, but also for manufacturers, suppliers, and farmers. If you want to work with Aldi, you have to deliver. Aldi and other discounters wield staggering market power. They can just raise food prices without passing profits down the supply chain to producers and farmers. Farming
okay.
businesses in particular have long been criticizing unfair business practices. Many say they're at the mercy of the retailer's whims. Theo Albrecht's brilliant and often brutal methods made him one of the richest people on earth. He ranked 31st on the corresponding Forbes list by the time he died. The kidnapping left a mark, though. Albrecht pretty much disappeared from the public after that. He really did try to write off the ransom as a business expense. The
That's
tax office in
insane.
Düsseldorf declined. Half of the ransom money has never been recovered. Kron claimed he only ever got 10,000 marks. Ollenburg also played dumb, but some believe he lived off the rest of the ransom after having served his time.
Probably the
Whether
best thing he
Blondie
could have
really waited
done.
for him all those years, we may never know.
Nah, yeah, but Blondie, you're a little silly if you're doing that. W video, man. Oh, I want to like the video. W video. 2 months ago, man. Fern, that was amazing. The business expense. No, really, like what? All right, chat. We have one more video that I didn't link in the server. And I kind of want to know if you guys have heard of this guy. His name is Ish, right? He does Minecraft story videos. Have you guys watched any of his videos? Type 1 in chat if you have. Type 2 if you haven't. Because if you guys haven't, I'm going to select one video. And if you guys have, I'm going to select a different one. 2. Okay. Katzen, you haven't. Nameless, you have. So you already know what's about to go down, Nameless. Anyone else who hasn't or have seen him? You have. Okay. Yes, he made a very, very popular video. He made this 1,000-player simulate civilization. I have not seen either of these. The 1,000-player simulate prison or 1,000-player simulate massive civilization in Minecraft. There's a simulate one with this other one that became super popular, but I haven't seen the other ones, and most people haven't seen the other ones because they're like years old. So I kind of want to watch this one because I haven't seen it. All right, let's go. Let's go.
In the biggest social experiment ever done in Minecraft, I scattered 1,000 people across 4 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization.
This is about to be
The
absolute
players
cinema.
were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever. No! Now, each player has the freedom to do whatever they want. Gather resources, join a society, become a dictator, or if it comes down to it, go to war. With so many people
it's so
on
good.
each island, anything can happen. But I can promise you one thing. This event ended up having the most entertaining story arc I've ever seen. You do not want to miss this.
I'm excited. I haven't seen this one yet. I've only seen the first one that came out a couple months ago.
The 1,000
I guess the
player
second one.
civilization experiment.
Should I move chat down? I should move chat down.
Participate in these videos. Join my Discord server,
not
and of
delete
course,
it.
subscribe to my channel. All right,
Let's move chat down.
Ready to be teleported? Jump if you're ready. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I'm in.
Nothing.
On
An
day
empty
one,
world.
All 1,000 players were teleported to their islands, each its own biome.
Wait, how many different
We had
islands are there?
plains, desert, snow, and jungle.
Oh, okay, 4 different
Most
islands.
players spent the first day scouting their island, searching for a place to settle, but almost immediately we started to see people dying, and oddly, they were all coming from the snow island. It turned out people were freezing to death after getting stuck in powdered snow, which looks exactly like regular snow, but sucks you in like quicksand. This guy's trying to free his friends. Oh no. Even worse for the poor people on the snow island, trees were almost nowhere to be seen.
Oh, that
The
must be
desert
terrible.
island also had very few trees, which players needed if they wanted to get wood. But the places where players did find trees quickly became extremely valuable hotspots for groups to settle at and colonize. Look at all
No, that
these
makes
people coming
sense.
together. Community crafting. They're making
Community
progress.
crafting.
Meanwhile, the people on the jungle island had essentially unlimited trees and were thus already thinking
They're
about
rich.
other things. What did you say your plan was?
I'm gonna take over the world. This is
Oh,
my
of
right-hand
course.
man.
Give it up to the rich man
Hello,
to take over the
right-hand
world.
man
Don't
Darbo.
talk to him. He doesn't speak.
While having a lot of trees did seem like an advantage at first, many jungle people found the island to be difficult to traverse, given the immense amount of trees
No,
and
that's
the
so real,
hostile
actually.
mobs that would
That'd be
spawn
terrible.
on the surface due to lack of sunlight.
Bezos, that's you. No, actually.
The sphere of travel
Amazon
also made it
rainforest.
more difficult for jungle people to talk with each other, since players could only read chat messages from people 100 blocks away from them or less. Although frankly, at least they didn't have to see what me and the admins
Oh, they
were
didn't have the
looking at.
voice chat in this.
Lastly,
Oh, yeah,
we
what?
get to the Plains Island, and boy was it different from the others.
This must be the nicest
It
island.
truly was just the perfect island to live on, with green grass, trees,
They don't have to worry about
animals, and
anything.
no natural dangers. Guys make a little animal family. Or farm. Not needing to worry about dying as much as everyone else, the people on the Plains Island were among the first to start mining for resources like iron or diamonds. They were also the first to build up villages and, yes, to create civilizations. Throughout the first day, you could see 2 main groups starting to come together.
Ooh,
One of them,
what
a
are they?
democracy led by a player named Horace Crown.
Our aim is building the most beautiful and nicest city on the entire server.
And the second, also
Alright,
a democracy
alright.
led by a player named Sidefall.
I just want to
Sidefall.
make sure nobody dies.
It was actually kind of odd how similar these two civilizations were.
Sidefall.
They were both located on the southern shore, they both had democratic elections, and their leaders both wanted good for their own people. I just hope
Let's
nothing
go.
happens to change that.
Good leader.
I'm gonna make an Among Us character.
Never mind, I hope they die. Soon it was the end of day 1. Players across all 4 islands logged off and made plans for the following day.
And then we start.
It was on day 2 when civilizations really began to thrive. In the southeast corner of the desert, what used to be an empty patch of grass was turning into the desert's largest nation.
Oh, they're building a pyramid.
Yo, what's up, Ish? The Sultan is back.
You might recognize the player storming hell from
Lag?
my first
Is there lag?
civilization video where he led a nation.
Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of lag. Hold on, I'll pause. I'll wait for it to come back. That's just living in the rural area. You know how it is. I'll wait for it to get back. I think it's catching up now. Should be good. All right, here, I'll play a little back.
Turning into the desert's largest nation.
Should be good now.
Yo, what's up, Ish? The Sultan is back.
You might recognize the player storming hell from my first civilization video where he led a nation
I haven't
called
seen this
the
one either.
Sultanate. Well, now the desert dictator is back with the Sultanate 2.0, and this time with a population of over 100 people.
I want to maintain order and peace in the desert.
All right, cool,
The
cool, cool.
rules, as established by the Sultan, included wear proper attire, do not eat pork, complete your mandatory work, and most importantly, acknowledge the Sultan as the supreme and divinely chosen leader. Moving on, since it was still hard to get food in a dry climate, the people of the Sultanate focused on developing different types of food production, like fishing in the surrounding ocean. On top of this, a player named Drip Chicken made a chicken market, although when I
Yeah,
checked it
Drip
out myself,
Chicken.
it turned out to be a very different type of market.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
Los Pollos
Thank you.
Hermanos.
Would you like
Let's go.
some totally legal sugar?
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
we finally go back to the snow island. As I was flying around, I found what I can only describe
Love to
as
see
a
some representation.
British shrimp. Is the cold climate really the best place for a shrimp?
I mean, depends. Look at my little friend over here, you know?
Wait, who's your friend? Underneath?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's fully here. He's literally.
Oh, there's a squid. I thought someone was going to be drowning already.
Now.
No, my fish buddy. Please go back down.
Despite the killer powdered snow and the occasional polar bear, the people on the snow island were actually doing pretty well building settlements together. Nobody was fighting because everyone
Ice
had
King
one
live here?
common enemy, the harsh climate. That being said, it turned out that all of these snow settlements might be a bit more than just little communities. On day 2, rumor was getting out about a conspiracy that
here we go, the
despite them all
drama.
being spread out across the entire island, a lot of these snow settlements were actually all being run by one single person whose goal was
The
to unify
mastermind?
the entire snow island under one mighty empire. This person's name was Alanulo, and he was running this
Alanulo.
entire empire recruitment operation from an underground bunker where he felt he was safe for the time being. Essentially,
How is he not
what
gonna get
would do was
overthrown?
hold meetings with people who were already leaders of their own settlements and convince them to merge their civilizations with his empire so they would be stronger together. He would give these leaders orders to fulfill, and in exchange, they would be guaranteed high-ranking positions in the empire. If this empire actually succeeds in uniting all 300
if it
people
works.
on the snow island, it would easily become the most powerful nation in the world. In
Yeah,
fact,
that would
it
be crazy.
bigger than the Sultanate and the two plains democracies combined. Will this
They would be like an
ambitious
absolute
plan
war
actually
power.
succeed? Let's see what happens in the following days.
I don't know how Alanulo is not going to, like, or how is he going to control everything? Welcome back, Boba. You're about to witness peak, Boba. There's already 80 people dead.
We've now covered the politics of every island except for the jungle. So what's going on here?
What's going on in the jungle?
Quite frankly, I had no freaking idea. It was chaos. There were about 30 different camps and tribes spread out across the entire island, and a lot of them were in constant fights with each other.
Why are they fighting? They gotta work together.
There's a fight here. Here's a tribe that imprisoned one of their own members for being,
what?
quote, too rich.
I say we tax them and then let them.
They don't want to know about Alanulo.
Take your shoes. So overall, there was chaos. Nobody trusted one another, and to add to this, nobody wanted to travel too far into the jungle because they were scared of rogue tribes and especially hostile mobs. In fact, we
The rogue
actually had
tribes
to
is
remove
insane.
creepers on day 3 because they
This
were
isn't
killing too many
the big
people.
one that popped off recently. This is a different one.
Now, there were actually 2 tribes that were considered the most influential in the jungle. The first, a river-based settlement called the Sea People, whose leader was killed almost immediately by a random rogue tribe. The new leader, Yeatspeak, dedicated his rule to maintaining order, but also to keeping his people happy by setting up events like stand-up comedy nights.
I got a few jokes about unemployed people. Oh wait, none of them work.
The second influential tribe was located in the dead center of the jungle, and it was what appeared to be a faction revolving around the worship of a player named Seth. Hello, Mr. Seth.
I don't trust Seth.
Oh, this is just creepy. You're telling me this isn't a personality cult?
Nah, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
I don't
that.
trust
It's
Seth.
a way of life, all right? It's a religion.
Last week, as I was flying
Okay.
around, I happened to run into this guy again.
I'm gonna take over the world.
Believe it or not, he had actually become the leader of a pretty impressive settlement. Granted, there was
Yo, they have a
lot of
whole
internal
temple.
drama in his tribe.
Do you see this like really cool tower thing that we're building here?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. It's really cool, isn't it? And do you see our farm over there? It looks really cool.
What's the
And,
drama?
Come over here. Could you tell us what this is?
In short, 2 of Wazik's tribe members built a librarian's tower, and he thought it was ugly and wanted to burn it down. Now, when I
It is
talked
kind
to
of
the
ugly.
librarians, they said Wazik just doesn't like the library because he's illiterate. As I said, drama. Now, the jungle wasn't the only
I love that
place having
reason.
problems.
No, actually keep the tower. That's funny as
The
fuck.
Plains Island was seeing both a surge in development, this whole place is awesome, but also a rise in tension. The leader of one of the Plains democracies, Horace Crown, had found out that the other Plains nation run by Sidefall had reached out to the Snow Island looking for potential alliances. Horus Crown did
But the
not
Snow
like
Island's
that
one
Sidefall
big
was reaching
group,
out to
or at least they're
other
attempting to.
islands instead of reaching out to him. So he quickly established his own alliance with 2 other Plains settlements, both located on the east side of the island, which would essentially cut off Sidefall's access to most of Plains if a war were to break out.
We think Sidefall is definitely up to something, and we're planning to stop him.
The people living on the Plains Island, who had otherwise taken their peaceful lives for granted, were getting very worried about a potential massive war that would
they had it the
devastate their
nicest,
homes.
and now they're gonna ruin it.
KFC! Meanwhile, on the desert island, the Sultan storming hell was not happy.
Is it weird if I tell you I've never had KFC? I can't be the only one, right? I've never had KFC.
He discovered that a group of mountaineers had made their home on the mountains surrounding the Sultanate. So the 2 groups had a meeting to discuss this dispute over land.
Why does the Sultanate have any more right to a plot of land?
Simply, might makes right. We're stronger, so if it comes down to it, may the stronger group win.
Korean fried chicken.
We're starting to get worried about storming.
I've had
nature,
Korean fried
so
chicken, but not Kentucky.
To a quickly growing democratic nation on the other
Not Kentucky
side
fried
of the
chicken.
island. This was Theria, the name derived from the Greek word for freedom. I asked their elected president.
Well, but if I ever have
Saps about
KFC,
the
I'll remember
Sultanate.
of your comment
Hopefully we can
saying
establish
KFC is
peaceful
amazing.
relations for now. I mean, we're in the middle of a desert. Why fight, you know?
Overall, each island had its own conflict between the desert's
Yeah,
Sultan
Fuzzy, that's what I
dominance,
figured.
the Plains' alliance disaster, the jungle's total chaos, and the Snow Empire's takeover. At least one of these.
Yo, okay, real shit though. Fuzzy actually just called it out there. Raising Cane's definitely over KFC. Actually, I don't know if you have, if you guys have Huey Magoo's, but Huey Magoo's is my favorite. But I don't know if they're like restricted to where they're at. But Raising Cane's, oh my god, I could fuck up some Raising Cane's. The Caniac combo, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck that shit up.
Conflicts was bound to erupt very soon. And that conflict was Plains. At the beginning of
No,
day 4,
Plains! You literally, you have the best.
Sidefall was about
You have the
to
best
attack
things.
the Plains Island. Horus Crown called a code red, and everyone on Plains was freaking out, including these guys at the center of the Plains Island who built a tavern on a lake. I spoke with the bartender.
Welcome to the tavern. I hope you can enjoy a nice beer.
Stewie Magoo? That is not what I said. Do not put the disrespect on Stewie Magoo. It is Huey Magoo. H-U-E-Y. Huey Magoo.
Since it might be our last.
Don't disrespect its name like that.
So at this point, you're probably wondering, what was Sidefall actually doing?
What was
it turns
Sidefall
out
doing, though?
Sidefall was just as confused as everyone else since he had no plans to attack anyone. The propagandist had lied.
The propaganda.
what these guys are talking about. I don't want to attack anyone.
The slander.
You were framed. I can't believe it.
You know what? Sure thing, Fuzzy. If you want to spell it like that.
Gearing up for a war over nothing but a miscommunication, and all throughout, Sidefall was desperately trying to reach out to the other Plains leaders, saying that he didn't want war. The other leaders
Rest in
doubted
peace,
him,
Sidefall.
but
It's only
they
day
actually
2 and they're already
agreed
gonna
to meet
get
with
fucked
him
over.
as long as they met on neutral ground.
Whoever told you guys I want war is lying.
Tell us the truth then.
While they talked, Horus Crown secretly had undercover spies search Sidefall's entire village, but he wasn't aware Sidefall had someone else place a bunch of TNT under his
No
village.
way.
But before things went too far...
Oh, is there gonna be an explosion?
We have a peace deal.
Oh, okay.
By the thinnest of margins, crisis was averted. After talking, the leaders had made a peace treaty. I actually didn't get to see much of the meeting, but here's essentially what happened. Sidefall first apologized to the other Plains leaders for not being open with them, specifically about his relationship with the Snow Island. He told them he had only reached out to Snow in hopes to get on the good side of a player named A Freakin' Turkey, who was apparently Alanulo's second in command.
I am not
The Plains leaders
making things up,
discussed their
Fuzzy.
disagreements
I don't know
on
what to tell you.
foreign relations, Horus Crown preferring keeping alliances within Plains, and Sidefall believing in making allies on other islands. But they were able to put their differences aside. They banished the propagandist from the Plains Island, and that's the
Bye-bye.
end. The 4 major Plains nations.
When they say banished, did he die or did he actually just get banished somewhere else?
The Plains Island went from being on the brink of war to being the most united island of all.
Drink their
And it wasn't
W
just
planes,
planes.
W
Toward the
planes.
end of the day, all 4 islands were prospering. From the people on snow collecting resources and building together, to the people in the desert working on the Sultan's build
They
project.
built a
collecting
wooden
resources
Among
and
Us.
Building together, to the people in
Did
the
you
desert.
see that? They built a wooden Among Us. That's pretty sussy.
Working on the Sultan's build project, which was to create a massive
Eviction
holy
notice.
city. Even the jungle was at peace at the end of day 4, since the
Man, I
remaining
love
jungle
big creations
people were
like
just
that.
thankful that they were still alive. Soon, though, it was the next day. But before we let people back onto the server, the admins and I decided to add a little something.
A 5th island? Oh. Wait, but this one kind of sucks.
5th island in the center of the world.
It's like dead.
And we didn't tell the players that we did this. We wanted to see who would discover the island, how long it would take to find, and then what would happen next. So,
Oh, it's gonna be mining resources. Do you see this thing here in the middle? Oh, this is about to go crazy. Oh, this is where the conflict comes. This is about to be crazy right here.
Server, and the wait began.
Could you imagine if someone logged off in the middle and just got like trapped in the island?
Snow Island. Hello,
Hey,
Turkey.
hello, Itch. How's it going?
On day 5, the player A Freakin' Turkey finally gave me a full explanation of the mysterious Snow Empire, which I found out was named the Aculon Empire. Still fearing for his safety, the Empire's founder, Olanulo, gave orders entirely from his secret underground bunker, while his second in command, A Freakin' Turkey, carried out his orders and led the people on the ground.
What is keeping him commanding the Snow Island? I just don't get it. Why is he the one commanding it? Like, that's just a little weird to me.
Across the entire island.
There is a lot. Just know none of it was made by slaves.
The Empire relied on strict order to maintain
Thank you for pointing that out.
It's now 200
I guess.
citizens were each assigned a daily job like building, mining, or fighting. And whenever they were online, all citizens were required to be in 2 Discord voice channels at once, which I didn't even know was possible. Also, the Aculon Empire made it a point to
That's some insane
document
coordination.
everything, including its list of members, its hierarchies, its physical landmarks. But what I found most impressive was the high-level operation going on in this seemingly regular building.
This singular building is the richest place in the entire server.
They called this the Quartermaster's House, and it was where the
This is like
Aculon
the bank?
Empire not only collected and stored all its
it is.
resources, but also distributed items using a complex request system, where, for example, a citizen asks for iron ingots, and then the Quartermasters decide exactly how much iron that
this
citizen
is-
deserves based on a detailed
This is
algorithm
insane.
they developed. Has anyone tried breaking into this place?
Not yet. Let's just say, if you tried to get in without permission, you're not gonna get a very nice welcome.
And I kid you not, just a few minutes
You're not gonna get a very nice welcome. Actually, you're not gonna get a very nice welcome.
later, this player, Xelius, was caught trying to sneak his way in, and he was sentenced to a public execution to be held the next day. Things are kind of strict around here, huh?
As long as they don't take away my squid, I'm a happy man. Oh man, look at him.
The Snow Island continued to be hyper-vigilant about criminals, but so were other nations, like the Desert Sultanate, which made an inescapable prison. He is surrounded by lava. Or Wazak's nation in the jungle, which made a giant sand trap. Oh, this is evil.
Just you wait until we have a nice little deliberation with some people.
This is gonna come in handy later.
Even
Someone's gonna
planes
fall into
didn't
that.
feel exactly safe, as this self-described capitalist nation made a giant wall
What
to
is
protect
that?
its people.
We want to make sure that communists cannot take this away from us.
But as I was talking to these guys, I got tipped off from someone in the desert that something big was about to happen. The Sultanate army's on the move.
Oh, they're moving.
The Sultan had sent his elite squad on a secret nighttime mission. Their goal? To find a group of people that had been rumored to want to assassinate the Sultan. They're at the north side of the island now.
Oh yeah, okay, this is our target,
Okay, let's go,
It's just a tiny village.
According to the Sultan, the people hiding in this little settlement were indeed the attempted assassins, and now the group had a decision to make.
Oh, we're gonna kill this guy. Do we kill this guy?
Up until now, there hadn't been any violence between desert nations. Will this be the breaking point?
No, there's gonna be some murder here. Yep, there it is.
We are showing the desert that if you make plans to kill me,
justice will come for you.
The Sultan's elite squad
Oh, that's
spent
some
the rest
aura.
of the night raiding
That's
the
some aura.
settlement, but during their chase of another suspected assassin, they ran literally into a major dilemma.
We know he's running to Theria.
The guy they were trying to kill was running toward the democratic nation of Theria to get asylum there. The Sultanate is really about to roll up on Theria. Holy. This could cause a major conflict. But the Sultanate's army didn't care. They barged into Theria and searched every single house to find this one person who ultimately ended up getting away. Meanwhile, the people of Theria were freaked out by the raid.
Is that
But when they looked
Saporado?
to their leader Saps for guidance,
Yeah,
he
it was.
nowhere to be seen. He had fled. Eventually, the Sultanate's army left, but Theria was not going to forget this.
Somehow Saporado always ends up in a leadership position. Oh, what's the Snow Island up to? The execution of...
By
Oh,
attempting to blow up the quartermaster's house,
No
Zealous
way.
betrayed our people. And for this, he must die. Glory to Aculon.
glory to Aculon.
It was a busy day for a freaking turkey. The execution was successful, but the Empire didn't yet have a written constitution or a justice system. So a freaking turkey met with a player who claimed to be a lawyer.
Isn't this
to
video
set up
peak?
a legal
This video is
system.
so
You
peak.
get the smaller seat, unfortunately, but do know it is quite important as well.
I'm used to cramming into tight spaces.
Afterward, a freaking turkey took his guard to Drew and confronted some farmers who he claimed weren't producing enough food for the Empire.
I swear I will not miss any payment I have to owe you.
Drew, the bow, please.
No, don't kill him.
I expect 5 stacks of bread delivered within 1 to 2 business days.
Even though he was a little tyrannical at times, a freaking turkey was actually becoming very well liked in the Aculon Empire because he got things done and he was a charismatic speaker.
No, you're so right about that. People are
Fellow
so talented at
citizens,
building.
It is my distinct honor to pronounce Steve and Pixel as
They
husband
got married.
and wife.
See, even though he was only the second in command.
No,
of
wait,
the
wait,
Snow's
did you see that? Look where they dropped
See,
down
even though
into.
he was only the second in command of the Snow's Aculon Empire, many people were starting to view a freaking turkey as a better candidate for leader than Olanulo, since most people in the Empire had never even seen Olanulo, given that he's been hiding underground the entire time, afraid of being assassinated. In fact, some of his own citizens weren't even sure he existed. While Olanulo ruled from afar,
I'll be honest, Boba. There is a lot that's been happening. I could not tell you, like, really quickly what's happening.
talking with high-ranking officials.
I wish I could.
A freaking turkey was considered a man of the people, someone who talks to everyone. In fact, a freaking turkey had gained so much notoriety that leaders of other nations were starting to reach out to him.
I mean,
for
yeah, that's what
alliances rather
happens.
than
He
to
put his face out
Olanulo.
there.
So,
Olanulo
as a
did
result
not.
of all of this, Olanulo was starting to get a little worried.
Turkey knows that I created this empire and its entire political system, and as long as I am alive, I will be its only ruler.
Oh, that's some evil shit right there. That's like a cat on your lap evil type of quote right there.
That's very funny.
Our monkey
Oh, what's the our monkey religion? What?
Here on the Jungle Island, things haven't slowed down one bit. Amidst the chaos, this small group had made a monkey religion, and their goal was to build the biggest
I
tree
love
in the
monkeys.
entire world.
The monkey never stops. While everyone else is fighting and killing each other, we are peacefully building.
By
Oh, yes,
now,
I support
every
this.
tribe in the jungle seems
I support
to have its
this.
own goal. These guys building a tree. This group, called the Blue Cross, provided food and shelter to refugees. Meanwhile, Wazak's goal, which was still to take over the world, was seemingly driving him mad, especially after the librarians built a second tower. You did this out of spite, didn't you?
W, let's go.
Well, yeah.
Overall, it seemed like there was a lot on Wazak's mind, as if he was planning something big.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Seth and the Sea People were still the two biggest tribes in the jungle, and both pursued very innovative political strategies. For example, Seth got married, but only so he could parade around the jungle and demand wedding gifts from everyone. And you know
Okay,
what?
bro.
It freaking worked. The Sea
No
People, on the other
way.
hand, had taken on a massive goal, which was to finally end the chaos in the jungle. And they did this by sending out stealth groups and hunting down thieves, murderers, and anyone who they claimed did wrong. However, some of the supposed wrongdoers they killed were actually allies of Seth. In response, Seth demanded that the Sea People stop their initiative immediately, but the Sea People planned to continue. All of a sudden, the jungle island was on the verge of a massive war.
Yeah,
as if there
that's
wasn't
not
enough
good.
chaos already.
Jungle gotta be careful. Oh, we're already on day 7.
Wait, is someone actually here?
I think so.
Whoa, this is crazy. This is awesome, man.
Someone found the island. The 5th island.
On day 7, a player named the Pokemonkey discovered the secret 5th island. The island had a mysterious dead terrain, a small pre-built village in the center, and underground,
a mining quarry.
Netherite, which is the strongest and rarest resource in the world.
No, he picks the best music for these videos.
Now, Pokemonkey was a part of Sidefall's nation in Plains, and he quickly alerted Sidefall about the very strange and unexpected discovery he just made. He's taking the blue lantern so people believe him. Guys, I'm not lying. There really is an island.
I'm not going
2 minutes
schizo.
later, another person found the center island. This time, someone from the jungle. Then, like a domino
Everyone's finding it
effect,
at the same
more
time.
and more people started arriving, typically either alone or in small groups, like these guys from the desert. Even though they all came from different islands and nations, nobody was fighting. In fact, they seemed to be forming friendships and simply admiring this new mysterious place. He's saying this is amazing. Quickly, word began spreading across the world that there was a 5th island, and about 30 minutes into day 7, basically
You know what'd be so
everyone
troll?
knew. It was crazy.
What if he just
how
deleted the
fast
island after everyone found
out.
it?
Now, some nations were hesitant about visiting, believing that the island was some sort of trap, while other nations like the Aculon Empire sent out large exploratory groups to investigate the island. So Aculon is here, but instead of mining for netherite, they're taking the wool from the desert. Oh, they don't have sheep in the snow island. That makes sense.
Imagine half the server. Guys, there's a 5th island. And then Schizo, that's just deleted. They're never going to be believed again.
What I found interesting was that no nation,
The biggest
not even the
gaslighting in the
Snow
history of
Empire, had the courage
Minecraft.
to publicly claim the center island as part of their nation, as their territory, probably because
Yeah,
it
it's
would
just gonna be
result
water.
in conflict with other nations, which was my secret intention when adding the island, that it would cause some type of war. But it didn't cause a war, or maybe just not yet. Meanwhile, I present to you the story of Los Pollos Hermanos.
We're back! Los Pollos Hermanos.
Wow, you've really expanded your business.
Yeah, we're doing quite well.
Because starvation was such a big problem in the desert, Drip Chicken had made it his life's mission to feed the people of the desert. And ever since I spoke with him on day 2 next to his little food stand,
From food
Los
stand the
Pollos
restaurant.
Hermanos had become a staple of the Sultanate. But this
W.
business would soon run into some problems. See, on days 4 and 5, the Sultan storming hell was unsatisfied with the slow progress on his build project, the Holy City.
Don't be
So
salty.
he demanded that the farmers of the Sultanate stop growing food and instead work on his build project. And just like that, the food supply going into Los Pollos Hermanos had completely stopped. The restaurant suddenly had no food available to
That's
sell.
so sad.
Having no food, Drip Chicken was instead forced to sell some questionable products, and if he was caught selling these products by either the Sultan or the Sultan's twin guards, he would probably receive a life sentence in the Sultanate prison. Meanwhile, the farmers of the Sultanate were unhappy since they wanted to farm, not be forced to build. So in a rebellious move on day 5, Drip Chicken and the farmers secretly set up a meeting with Saps, the leader of
Saps,
Theria.
he's back.
I know you want to move to Theria, but if you do, the Sultan will send his elite squad to hunt you down.
So, what do we do?
go to plains or something. There's about to be chaos in the desert.
And Saps was correct. There was about to be chaos in the desert.
Another
For
Among
reasons
Us.
He couldn't tell the farmers just yet, but he did tell me.
You know who Davert is?
Yeah, I think so. He's one of the twin guards, right?
He's about to leave the Sultanate and join me.
Really? The two people the Sultan trusts
The
the most
treason.
are his two twin guards, the brothers Davrit and Zamta, but one of them had grown tired of the authoritarian and warmongering ways of the Sultan. So Davrit had reached out to the leader of Theria, and together they created the single craziest plan I have ever heard, and this was it. First, Davrit leaves the Sultanate to join Theria. Next, the Sultan finds out about the betrayal and sends his elite squad to kill Davrit. Then, when the elite squad is away hunting for Davrit and the Sultan is therefore alone, Davrit will sneak back into the Sultanate and kill the Sultan. Davrit will then
Absolute
claim
cinema.
leadership over the Sultanate,
Absolute
and as
cinema.
the new leader, he will finally bring peace to the desert. Davrit, there is no
Holy
way
five-head
this works.
play.
Grow some chest hair. Trust me, you'll work, alright?
So, at the end of day 7, Davrit snuck out of the Sultanate and headed to Theria to begin the operation, while Drip Chicken and the
Holy
farmers
aura.
fled to the Plains Island. On their way out, some of them took one final look back at their home, at their restaurant, knowing that they would probably never see
Salute
it
to Los
again,
Pollos Hermanos.
knowing that the story of Los Pollos Hermanos had come to an end.
That's so sad. The chicken. Their chicken. The last thing they can bring
On
with
day
them.
8, there was a major event on the Snow Island. For the first time ever, Emperor Olanulo had come out from his underground bunker. He had summoned the entire Snow Island to the Aculon
Nobody
Castle
was left behind.
so
You're
he
so
could
right.
publicly be crowned as the leader. Before the coronation, all high-ranking officials were required to provide Olanulo a gift.
I present to you a high-quality pair of premium brand sneakers.
The Nikes.
I, Baron Saul Goodman, give you this present, Lord Olanulo. My presence is your present.
Okay, well, you're about to
After
die.
the gifts, Olanulo asked his second-in-command,
Never mind, okay,
a
he's
freaking
safe.
Turkey, to make a speech affirming Olanulo's undisputed leadership.
My friends, the Aculon Empire is the strongest nation in the world. Not because of one leader, but because of all of us.
Thank you, Turkey.
At the end of the ceremony, Olanulo asked all of his citizens to follow him out of the castle, down the main path of the Empire, in a symbolic move meant to showcase the unity of the Snow Island.
Okay, that's kind of sick, though. That's kind of sick.
But this image of unity was only a mirage. There was a lot of discontent building within the Empire for many reasons. People didn't like that Olanulo's knights were constantly bossing them around, nor did the Aculon builders like it when Olanulo forced them to work on the Aculon castle instead of letting them finish their own projects. There was this general sense that Olanulo might be overreaching with his power, especially when he started spying on his own citizens to see who was criticizing his
Is that a Joker?
leadership,
Wait.
on his own citizens
Hold on.
to see
That's the Joker from Persona 5. That's kind of funny.
who was criticizing his leadership. See, Olanulo believed
Yeah,
that
power
in order
hungry,
for
really.
his citizens to have a good life, they have to live in a strong nation, and the only way to maintain a strong nation was through complete unity under a powerful and unchallenged leader.
Bubba,
This
Joker
is
from
why
Persona
Olanulo
5.
was fearful about the discontent
Really
within
goated
his
game if you
nation,
haven't played it.
as well as the rising popularity of his second-in-command, a freaking Turkey. Knowing that they were being spied on, many of A Freakin' Turkey's supporters were becoming scared living on the Snow Island, afraid that they would be executed for not supporting Olanulo's leadership. So, with the help of A Freakin' Turkey, plus another high-ranking official, its Ender, some Aculon citizens organized secret evacuations out of the Snow Island through
That's
underground
smart.
tunnels, some of which led to Seth's nation in the jungle, others going to Sidefall Sidefall's nation in Plains. Both Seth and Sidefall were very open to accepting refugees, especially those who opposed Olanulo, someone who they believed to be a dangerous tyrant. Also, they had just found out that Olanulo had actually sent spies all across the world, including into their own nations, so they didn't like him very much.
We're not going back until there's some form of democracy in Snow.
I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen.
Meanwhile in Plains, Mr. Turkey, are you starting a revolution?
No, I do not want a revolution. I just want to make sure Olanulo doesn't kill these people.
When are you going back to the Snow Island?
Probably tomorrow, because I'm gonna try and host a meeting with Olanulo. I just think he's gone too far.
So while a freaking turkey stayed on the Plains Island,
he's gonna overtake the snow biome. I believe he's gonna overtake it.
The first ever multi-island treaty. This treaty not only established Seth and Sidefall as allies, but it also declared their nations refugee states, ones that are willing to accept all people fleeing from dictatorial regimes like the Sultanate or the Aquilon Empire. As for a freaking turkey's position in the Aquilon
that can be pretty
Empire,
huge.
He was still technically the second in command, but it was only a matter of time before Olanulo finds out about the missing citizens, and then it's very likely that Turkey will be stripped of his
because this is like the group that has everything logged in like a Google Sheets.
Snow Island entirely and become a refugee himself.
This group had like the bank and everything like just logged. There's no way they're not gonna remember about the missing people, or there's no way that they're not gonna find out about it.
Wait, is that a basketball court?
No way.
On day 8, the center island
they know
was
ball.
Getting a lot of visits from curious players, and instead of fighting each other, everyone was just kind of hanging out and doing their own thing.
Look at this.
What is this? Don't question me. Later that night, some adventurers started terraforming the dead terrain, making it green. This actually looks not bad.
Okay.
These guys, meanwhile, made a secret underground church, and they hosted many ceremonies and cultural events. What type of ritual is this? Now, I actually attended 2 churches on day 8, the second one in Sidefall's nation, although I was very disturbed by the person sitting next to me.
It's so dark in there. Oh. Yeah, put your clothes back on.
Right way to lead this world.
Whoa, what did I do? They're taking him away. Oh no. Later that night, the Plains Island received an unexpected visit from the Aquilon Empire's state-sponsored journalist. I'm with the news. Down with the news. Go away, tabloids. Go away. No false news today. They're kicking out the journalists. Oh my God.
Holy,
Meanwhile, I ran
that's a
into
lot of
these
people.
Plains farmers who literally did nothing but plant wheat everywhere.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Look at all this
That's a massive wheat field.
Now, right next to the wheat field was a cookie factory in Horus Crown's nation, which took the wheat and made a variety of baked goods. See, ever since the Great Plains Alliance was signed on day 4, the people of Plains believed their island to be, for the most part, a very safe place to live, and as a result, many players felt secure enough to run their own businesses. There was the bakery, an Outback Steakhouse, boating and kayaking,
bro, they have an Outback?
2 KFCs,
2
and
KFCs.
there was the most recent addition,
Los Pollos
Yes! Hermanos.
Absolute cinema.
You made
Absolute
one in
cinema.
the Plains biome?
Yes. Expansion.
Claiming
We're so back.
refugee
We're
status,
so back.
Drip Chicken and the Sultanate farmers received citizenship in Sidefall's nation, where they were able to rebuild their famous restaurant, and the people of Plains welcomed the refugees with open arms. The only person who wasn't happy was the owner of KFC, who now had competition.
Nah.
Anyway, when
Los
word
Pollos
got out
Hermanos
in
is
the
so much
desert
better.
that Drip Chicken and the farmers had fled the Sultanate, as did Davrit, many loyalists in the Sultanate were furious with these betrayals. While the Sultanate was still the second most powerful nation in the world, the first being Aquilon, these betrayals of the Sultanate hurt the Sultan's public image, and he feared being seen as weak by the world and by his own people. So predictably, the Sultan sent his elite squad out into the desert to try to find and kill both Davrit and Drip Chicken. But instead of staying home in the Sultanate, this time the Sultan traveled with his elite squad. This threw a wrench into Davrit's assassination plan, and Davrit had no choice but to keep hiding underground until he saw an opportunity to strike. Meanwhile, the leader of Theria, Saps, was extremely worried because he knew that the fate of his nation and his people rested on this assassination attempt. If it succeeds
that's
and the
insane.
Sultan is killed, well, then all is well. But if it fails, it will
A lot
only
of
be
eyes
a
on
matter
them.
of time before the Sultan finds out
Yeah.
that Saps was behind the plan, and then there is no doubt that the Sultan will seek revenge and
Yep,
absolutely
exactly.
obliterate Theria, killing not just Saps, but all his people who, by the way, were entirely innocent. Saps purposefully didn't tell any of his citizens that he was involved in an assassination plot because they definitely wouldn't approve of something that puts them in such danger. All of this tension in the desert was really starting to get to some people, like this group, which made a giant lava wall around their civilization. They wanted nothing to do with the politics of the desert, and they were rather paranoid about everything.
The walls keep us safe. We can't leave
No, that's
the
crazy.
walls for long, because then we're not safe. Everyone inside the walls is safe, everyone outside is not safe. They're strangers, we shouldn't trust them. Oh, by the way, also don't push any buttons you find in here.
Okay. I actually think this group was more of a cult than a civilization, but still, I think they had the right idea.
They made their own cult. They unwillingly
And now we go
made their
back
own cult.
to the Jungle War. I say war because both major nations had already basically decided that they cannot coexist in the jungle. Seth was mad at the Sea People for killing many of his allies, while the Sea People were mad because Seth wouldn't let them kill those who they believed to be criminals. Neither nation was willing to compromise on this, so war seemed inevitable. However, because Seth had also recently formed an alliance with Sidefall from Plains, a war between the two jungle nations would likely cause Sidefall, as well as the rest of the Plains Island, to join the battle, thus turning this into an actual world war. So, given that the stakes were so much higher now, both sides agreed to have one final meeting to maybe work things out. It was Wazak who quickly offered his nation as a good neutral location for the meeting, and he was quite enthusiastic about hosting. On day 8,
it's really getting intense. World War
to Wazak's nation, where the meeting would take place.
All right, Seth, you're up first.
I think the Sea People are killing people for a lot of irrational reasons. So, you know, as an example, right? They had 5 stacks of cookies taken from them. That takes like 3 minutes to get, bro. And he's like, I don't think you should murder someone over there.
We requested he give it back, and he basically said no, so he was put on KOS, and we killed him.
So that was exactly what Seth just said.
Let me add some context.
Soon, the argument began to escalate.
And the people you attacked were direct allies.
I'm sorry, but what other ways do we have to stop the chaos in the jungle?
They stole. They didn't deserve to be killed over it.
Who do we think is getting knocked off?
Well, if you keep killing our people, then we won't just stand by and watch.
All right, fine. The Sea People
That's a
declare
good
war.
question.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know.
Before a fight could begin, Wazak yelled,
"Double, no!
No! The trap! Oh! Damn! That's insane!
Oh my god.
Go, 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 go!
Wazak had just killed 7 people using his sand trap before getting away. Seth and the Sea People decided to put their war on hold and declared a unified worldwide manhunt for Wazak. Everyone was confused about why Wazak did this, but then I remembered something Wazak had told me the day before.
Listen, if the war breaks out, I have a plan to stop it.
Really? How?
Oh, you'll see, my friend.
When Seth and the Sea People declared war on each other, Wazak decided to use his sand trap and make himself the villain so that the entire jungle would make peace to unite against him, therefore actually preventing a world war.
That's actually
is now
kind of a big brain idea, but like, now he can't live. The self-sacrifice. W. Wazak.
After spending most of the previous day trying to hunt down his enemies, the Sultan storming hell decided to take a break from the hunt and attend a wedding hosted by a small neighboring desert nation. It was a huge honor in the desert for the Sultan to visit your civilization, so there was a lot of buzz surrounding the Sultan's visit, and everyone in the desert knew he would be there. Zamta the twin guard was also at the wedding, and he was quite thankful for the break since he secretly despised having to hunt for his own brother. When the Sultan demanded that Davrit be tracked down and killed, Zamta was horrified by this order, but he kept silent, fearing that he'd be next. Zamta could only hope that Davrit was far away now, hiding in a place where the Sultan would never find him. But it turned out Davrit was not far away at all, because he was on a mission.
Oh, why is he so close?
He's actually here.
Oh, that is dangerous. If they spot him, he's so dead.
Davrit was coming to kill the Sultan, but he had to be sneaky because the Sultan was guarded by his elite team. The plan was to catch him and his team off guard since it would only take a few hits to kill him. I'm so nervous right now.
How are you gonna kill him with that many people around?
Did the wedding end? The wedding's over. He's leaving. Oh, he's leaving.
God, he's gonna be too late. Oh no.
Davrit!
Oh no, Davrit's gonna die here. There's no way he gets out of this.
Oh. He's hit him so many times. Wait, Stormy's getting away? The elite team is on Davrit big time. Oh.
This is crazy.
Oh! Oh, he's getting close! He's getting close! Oh, he turned around! Holy crap! Everyone's here now! This is insane!
What is going on? Davrit died! No! No, Saps! He's gonna jump! His plan! No! No! That's crazy. The plan failed.
Sultan's on his way back home, I think. What is happening?
Honestly, that was a kind of crazy plan from Davrit. He should have not done that. He should have had more people there. The brother! The brother!
What?
The Avenge! No, that's cinema.
Boy.
That's cinema.
Angry about the death of his brother Davrit, Zamta betrayed and killed the Sultan, storming hell in what he called an act of revenge. All of a sudden, within the span of a few minutes, storming hell, Saps, and Davrit were all dead.
No, that
Both
changes
the Sultan
everything.
and Theria were without
Oh,
a
thank you
leader,
for the head
and
pats.
the desert island was in a state of total confusion.
Welcome, Isaac. Welcome.
Now, because the Sultanate didn't have a solid line of succession, there was a short power struggle
God,
that
this is
ended with the
insane.
Sultanate getting completely dissolved. On day 9, the second most powerful nation in the world had fallen, and most of the Sultanate's citizens ended up fleeing. That being said, it wasn't totally the end. Some who were still loyal to the late Sultan decided to form their own militias, whose only goal was to track down
No,
Zamta
actually, absolute
and
cinema.
avenge the Sultan.
We are called by our divine leader to kill the dirty traitor. Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Theria, on the other hand, didn't dissolve and instead elected a new leader, a player named Jofiel, who was well liked and trusted in the community. Still, the people of Theria would continue to live in a state of fear, afraid they would be invaded by one of the new desert militias. Also, they would never find out why their founder Saps jumped off the Therian tower, which he did because of guilt. After he saw Daveret die, Saps believed that the Sultan would invade and destroy Theria, and he felt too ashamed knowing that he would be responsible. It was only thanks to Zamta that the invasion didn't happen. The death of the Sultan sent shockwaves throughout not just the desert, but the whole world. Many nations went on lockdown, including the Akulon Empire. While they technically weren't allies, Emperor Olanilo had always admired Sultan Storminghell's strong authoritarian leadership. So after the lockdown, Olanilo sent his diplomats to the desert to offer support to the Sultanate militias.
Aww.
At the same time, on the Plains Island, Drip Chicken
Yes.
of Los Pollos Hermanos was
The best story
watching
arc
the
right
desert
here.
from afar, and he was worried about these rumored desert militias. Because Drip Chicken was from the desert, he was able to educate his customers in Plains about the politics of the desert, and after Saps' death, he encouraged Sidefall to send diplomats to Theria quickly, and Sidefall did just that. On day 9, Theria officially joined Seth and all the Plains
Drip
nations
Chicken.
in the refugee state contract, and what originally started as a simple refugee agreement between Seth and Sidefall had now turned into a worldwide alliance called the Alliance of Democratic Nations, or put simply,
that's insane.
the Allies.
The Allies. Oh, the music too, guys. The music is so... I got chills, man. The music, holy shit.
As the people of the Akulon Empire continued their daily routines, the highest-ranking officials of the Empire gathered to discuss the new existential dilemma they were now facing. The Akulon Empire had always been the most powerful nation in the world, and it still technically is, but when adding together the populations of all the states in the Democratic Nations Alliance, it is the allies that have more people overall. This
They had
made
340
Akulon
people.
officials extremely worried. They saw this as the first legitimate
That's like 100
threat
people
to the
different.
regime. Olanilo agreed with this view, but at the moment, his attention was on another problem entirely, the problem known as A Freakin' Turkey. A Freakin' Turkey's rise
The problem
to popularity
within.
had always bothered Olanilo, but now this conflict was at an absolute breaking point because yesterday, one of Olanilo's spies caught A Freakin' Turkey helping Snow citizens flee the Empire. Fleeing or defecting was strictly against Akulon law. Olanilo's spy also saw A Freakin' Turkey hanging out with not just Sidefall, but nearly all the major Plains leaders, which made Olanilo think, is A Freakin' Turkey planning something? Is he secretly working with the allies? Is he about to orchestrate a full-scale revolution or an invasion of the Akulon Empire?
Honestly, I want a freaking
These were all
Turkey to win, though.
questions that Olanilo was wrestling with.
I don't want
And
Olanilo
the more
to
he
win.
thought about it, the more he convinced himself that A Freakin' Turkey was probably
What do you guys
committing
think? Should
some sort of
should
treason
Olanilo win?
and needed to be stopped. Yesterday, A Freakin' Turkey
No, this
had
isn't
reached
AI.
out to
This is
Olanilo for a meeting, and
this is like an
today,
actual like
Olanilo
story. This
accepted
was
this
played
request,
out with
but
a bunch of
with a few
streamers.
conditions. One, this meeting takes
No,
place
if it was
at
AI,
the
I wouldn't be
Akulon
watching it.
Castle. 2, Turkey comes alone. And 3, the meeting takes place not today, but tomorrow, because Olanilo needed some extra time for his builders to finish a certain project located
Yeah, it's
on
like
the
an RP
top
thing.
of the
It's so
Akulon
sick.
Castle. Nobody knew why or what the strange-looking tower was, but Olanilo insisted it be
Yeah, I'm hoping
completed
Turkey
by
wins.
the time Turkey shows up.
Isaac, to give you context, this video has been going on for
Tomorrow's
51
certainly
minutes
gonna be
already.
Interesting. So
This is like a full-fledged story.
Lastly, later in the day, Olanilo sent diplomats to establish alliances
Turkey better
with
win.
both the desert militias and with the sea people in the jungle. Olanilo appreciated the sea people's value of order, and he promised that he will help them stop the chaos in the jungle and help them catch their #1 most wanted criminal, Wazak. The sea
Wazak
people
is not the real
accepted this
criminal.
alliance, but
He just
they
had to
ended
make a
up
small
not needing
sacrifice.
Akulon's help because late into day 9, Wazak decided to turn himself in.
He's not a bad guy. He
He's
just
about to be
made
executed.
a bad
guilty
choice.
conscience, perhaps.
Well, actually, he did what he had to do. Oh, sevens.
All right, Wazak. I
Oh, sevens for
understand
Wazak.
You have a prepared statement. You may now read your final words.
It was for the greater good.
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. It's your old friend Wazok. In the beginning, I wanted to rule the world, but I've made some bad decisions.
I mean, we spent
And
about like
now
half the
it's
stream
my
doing the
time
other
to go.
like React stuff.
If there's one thing I've learned, is that time can never be.
No, Isaac, it's just
your
this
trusted
Minecraft creator.
friend.
Like, I don't know anyone else who does content like this. To like this
Long
great of a
live the
scale.
jungle.
Does he have something planned? Oh no, he's just gonna get hit. Yo, Shattertaker, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. You're actually catching us right at the end of this beautiful story.
After deciding
That's
that
so sad.
being a criminal in hiding isn't how he wanted to live,
Rest in peace, Wazak.
instead chose to face his inevitable death on his own terms, and by doing so, he gave the jungle one last moment of unity.
Anyone else jumping?
The conflict between the two major jungle tribes was still unresolved, especially now that they were in opposing alliances, but for this brief moment, there was peace in the jungle. Well, that was fun. Everyone's coming down the tree now.
So what happens now with the jungle? Because they were all
Most
after him.
nations
Are they
around
just
the
gonna go
world
into
took the
like
end of
their
day
war
to
again?
rest and reflect on how far they've come.
The Outback.
For example, the jungle's Blue Cross tribe celebrated becoming international with at least one
They have a
charity
plane.
location on each island. Meanwhile, in the desert, the two Sultanate militias held a funeral for the late Sultan, where they vowed to get revenge and chanted death to Theria.
Holy.
After which they proceeded to finish building the Sultan's holy city in his honor. Theria, on the other hand, expanded its reach into the arts and became the first civilization to develop music. Oh.
What song is that?
Lastly, on the Plains Island, businesses were booming and civilizations were thriving. On day 9, the Plains Island had finished the construction of the ISH, the International State Highway, which made trade and
that's such a good name.
transportation between the major Plains nations much faster. Overall, the building and architecture and player creativity in Plains was simply amazing, and it was all made possible by the political stability of the Plains Island.
Another Rickroll.
Many in the desert and jungle and snow looked at Plains as the shining beacon that they can aspire to be like one day.
Oh, the music switch?
As the end of the day approached, A Freak and Turkey returned to the Plains Tavern after spending the day traveling around the world, visiting civilizations.
Thank you for posting that in the chat, Fuzzy.
And of course, the Plains Island.
Yeah, if anyone's not in the Discord right now,
During many
please
of
feel
his
free to
visits,
join.
he was
We have a
very
bunch of
surprised
community
when he
events
found
coming
out
up.
that most people
We're
from
doing a
these
movie
foreign
night
nations
on Saturday.
Not only knew about him, but admired him. This
Lots of
was
cool
because
stuff there.
rumor had spread about his disobedience to Alanya.
And great people as well.
As a result, he had earned a worldwide reputation as the savior of refugees, the honorable rebel, the man who stood up to the emperor. And everywhere A Freak in Turkey went, he was welcomed with
Yo, thank you for the
open
follow.
arms.
Wait, was that a follow? Oh, it was bits. Oh, thank you for the bits. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Looking forward to catching you next time. Yeah, no worries, no worries.
It would have been perfect for that.
Oh, thank you for the head pat.
There was a comedy show here. You should have called me over.
Shadow, you should
When it
join
came to
the Discord.
Acheron Empire, the truth was, A Freak in Turkey had
Yo,
no
I like to chat a lot in
intention
there,
of
so you get
causing
to
any
talk to
type
me and
of
everyone in the
uprising
community
or
there as well.
revolution. In fact, he was strictly
Yeah,
against
why am I
the
clown?
idea, knowing just how devastating a major war would be. But he did want change in the empire. During his prolonged stay stay in Plains. He had seen what freedom and democracy look like.
W Turkey.
He had come to
We
regret
love
his
Turkey.
more tyrannical actions in the early days, and he now
He's
envisioned
grown.
a reformed Aculon Empire.
He's
His
reformed.
new
His character
dream
development
was
has
to
just
bring
been amazing.
democracy to Snow, bring freedom to the people of the Aculon Empire, and make the Snow refugees feel safe to come back home.
I might just be overly optimistic, but I think we can achieve world peace.
Okay. If a freaking Turkey is able to convince Alanulo to convert the Empire from a tyrannical dictatorship into a free democracy,
I hope they don't kill him.
and then the Aculon Empire ends up joining the Allies, then
I mean, Alanulo's
world
gotta die, but not
peace
Turkey.
wouldn't just be a far-fetched idea for wishful thinkers. It would actually happen.
Let's go, Shadow. Thank you.
With this massive goal in mind, a freaking Turkey prepared for tomorrow for his big meeting with Alanulo.
Just remember everything we talked about. We'll be watching.
Before a freaking Turkey took off for the Snow Island, he had met with the 4 major plains leaders one last time to tell them what he hopes to achieve in his upcoming
All right, this is
talk
the final
with
arc right here.
Alanulo.
What's going on?
The Plains leaders were pessimistic. See, when they heard about Alanulo's strict conditions for the meeting to take place, they suspected that this was going to be the meeting where Alanulo removes Turkey from his second-in-command position,
Yeah.
or worse, puts Turkey in Aculon's prison.
The lava prison.
Whatever happens today, the Plains leaders promised Turkey
Thank you for the
that
alert.
he has the full support of the allied nations. Even if they can't attend the meeting, they will be watching and will do whatever they can to help him. There we go. Turkey is now back on the Snow Island. I think
He's
going to the
arrived.
meeting right away.
What's Alanulo gonna do?
This is weird. Turkey's been at the castle for like a few minutes now, and Alanulo's nowhere to be seen.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's right here. He's on his way.
Monka.
Here we go. Everyone's here.
I don't
now.
trust this.
I think everyone's here now. Knights come to the castle. Wow, I think these are all the
It's so intense.
high-ranking officials of Aculon. They're all here.
Hear ye, hear ye. All barons, Duke Turkey, and fellow knights have now come together to speak with Emperor
Don't die,
Alanulo.
Turkey. I know, don't die.
Alanulo, would you please start the
Wait,
conversation?
Turkey, hold up. So before we begin, sorry to interrupt. I have a special thing I want to do real quick.
Wait.
Here,
Drew, not yet. I want to do something first. Turkey, can you sit on the throne for a second?
Huh?
Why?
Just do it.
What are we doing?
No. Not like
Can I
this.
trust you, Turkey?
Yeah?
You like
What?
this, right? Sitting on the throne?
You put me on here. I don't know what you're talking about.
In front of all these people?
No, this is creepy.
A lot. What are you getting on about?
I know that you've colluded with the Plains Alliance. And I know that you want to take over this nation. Take this turn for yourself.
Whoa. What?
There's nothing you can do at this point to convince me that you're not plotting a revolution against me. I caught you red-handed.
No! Alanulo! Yes, I've talked with Plains. I've also talked with Desert and Jungle. I am a diplomat. And I'll tell you this, all those people that I talked with will become our allies the moment we turn this place into an actual democracy.
Why are you secretly leading people off my island?
Oh, he found out.
Because they thought you were going to kill them. And to be honest, so did I. So that's the point of this meeting. You want to get rid of me? You know what? How about I just leave, and you won't have to deal with me again? I'm just gonna go, okay?
Yeah, and then you'll come back with an army.
Oh, no!
I'm sorry, Turkey.
No! 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 Turkey! No! Oh 07. 07 Turkey. No! Oh, rest in peace, Turkey.
Oh. Wait, they're
So
killing
sad.
Turkey's supporters. They're hunting down his supporters as well. This is crazy. Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island, and many of Turkey's supporters were killed.
Wait, but
the few who were able to escape,
Alaniel's empire is just gonna die.
swam to the other islands to tell everyone exactly what happened.
And all of the knights started.
Best timing for a clown, yeah. This totally sad moment.
They assassinated.
Thank you for the
some
clown
of
redeem.
The most loved members of Akalon.
When a freaking Turkey's death message appeared in chat,
That's
people
insane.
around the world were outraged, and shortly after, the leaders of the allied nations started activating their militaries, putting them on standby.
Turkey once visited Los Pollos Hermanos. I'm giving the army chicken for 50% off to make sure they're ready for battle.
Yes! Yes!
Meanwhile,
yes!
Olajulo got word that the allies were preparing their armies.
Imagine being sponsored by Los Pollos Hermanos.
Lockdown, reached out to his own allies and called them to the Akulon castle to be ready in case the allies declare war. And sure enough, when the Plains leaders talked with Theria and Seth, the vote was unanimous. On day 10, the Alliance of Democratic Nations officially declared war on the Akulon
Yes!
Empire.
This is the best timeline.
I just want to say I wish you luck and great success. Hopefully we all see some of you tomorrow to sign the constitution of the new Akulon Republic. The new Akulon Republic that we all dream about having. Thank you. Thank you all.
This isn't about us. This isn't about our lives. It's
I've got
about
chills right now.
justice for Turkey and ridding the world of tyranny.
All the allied nations met up at the center island so they could attack the Snow Island together.
Yeah, you're so right. He didn't have to leave to make an army.
For revenge. We fight for freedom.
The amount of people. Holy aura. Justice for Turkey. Justice for Turkey.
Little did the allies know, Olajulo had set a trap. The Akulon builders had taken inspiration from history and created what they called the Iron Torch, the most advanced defensive tower in the world, complete with dangerous height, sturdy walls, arrow
Oh, they knew
slits,
they had this
and
coming.
lava cover. This is crazy.
They're here.
To war! To war! The Battle of Akulon.
Time can
Oh,
never
the music.
be your trusted friend or your sworn ally. No, it's the harshest mistress of all. And life is just a chain of moments spent, 1,000 hellos and goodbyes. Maybe a love like it's called.
Oh, here we go. The first death.
Watch out, they're coming up.
Oh, not the stalactite.
They're dropping lava on them.
No, these guys are actually in a really good position. I could not imagine how this would be running on someone's potato-ass laptop. They gotta be having like 2 FPS. This many people?
They're right below. Guys, TT.
Bye-bye, Alanulo. Oh, he's got a water bucket. He's got a water bucket. He didn't get the water bucket. Let's go.
Wait, Alanulo died?
What? Alanulo died.
They've won the war.
Soon after Alanulo died, the Aculon Empire officially surrendered.
Wait, Aculon's officials say they surrendered? Still kill them.
But even though Aculon surrendered, the allies didn't stop fighting.
Okay, that's just...
No mercy, no mercy. They're all
That's
saying
just rough. No mercy.
Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island. But this time, it was the supporters of Turkey doing the killing. This is just an absolute slaughter fest. After a while, the Allies had completely taken over the Iron Torch, and all the Aculon forces had either been killed or had fled the island and gone into hiding. And with that, the Alliance of Democratic Nations had defeated the Aculon Empire.
Bye-bye, Aculon Empire.
It was only when the war ended and the clouds parted that the Allies were finally able to reflect on what they had done. They had succeeded, but they had also shown no mercy.
Yeah,
When
that
their
was very
enemies
cool.
surrendered, they continued to be ruthless and thirsty for blood. It was as if they had become their enemy. As the Allies each safely returned
bad
to
ending.
their homes, now with a clear mind, many of them
They win, but at
felt
what
regret.
cost?
Neither side was completely innocent, and the war was complicated. But at least it was over. And the Allies had won.
How many people are dead? Wait, there's still 500 people alive?
Over
That's
the
actually
next
kind of
few
insane.
days, the people of Plains, Theria, Seth, and a few smaller nations created a world alliance with a massive parliament building on the center island where world leaders met to discuss the affairs of their nations and, most importantly, to keep the peace. And the first order of business was pardoning the few living players who fought for Aculon.
There you go.
So they didn't have to live in hiding. Meanwhile, the snow refugees were able to move back to the snow island and create the new Aculon Republic, putting democracy in snow. They also tore down the remains of the Iron Torch and put in its place a graveyard honoring all who died
That's
in
actually
the Battle of
that's actually so
Aculon.
sweet.
And overlooking the graveyard was the man, or turkey, who inspired them all.
A turkey statue. Oh, that is so cool.
And so, the jungle went back to hosting comedy shows, the desert went back to pursuing the arts, and Drift Chicken went back to running Los Pollos Hermanos. After
in the desert
all
biome.
that happened throughout the days,
Absolute
things
cinema.
were finally settling down.
Drift Chicken in his
Many
weed farm.
players, the newfound peace allowed for new stories to begin. But for us, it's a good place to end.
Absolute cinema. Claps in chat for that. Absolute cinema. That's getting a like 100%. That was just amazing. Chat, did you guys like that video? That video was absolutely crazy. Where's my playlist? Where's my music? There we go. That video was actually insane. I mean, the whole he kind of did this with his last video too. Both videos were crazy, but the fact that he was able to fit such a similar story in actually it was like an hour and a half as opposed to like 2.5 hours. So he shrunk down the time. That was good. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it there for the stream. I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you guys for joining. I'm not going to do a raid today because we were just reacting, and going and scrolling through the just chatting raids is going to be crazy. But for anyone who's new here and who hasn't joined the Discord, please make sure you're in there. Saturday, we do have a movie night coming up. The next stream will actually be on Friday after I finish passing out candy for Halloween. We're going to be doing a Dead by Daylight stream. So that should be pretty fun. I don't know. I think a majority of you guys weren't here the first time I did a test stream and did Dead by Daylight, but we're going to be doing that. And then, yeah, so Saturday we have the movie night, and then Sunday, what is Sunday? I forget what I put to have on Sunday. Oh, yeah, more Hollow Knight. We have to continue Hollow Knight. So thank you guys for joining me again. I appreciate you all for being here, and you guys have a great rest of your night, morning, whatever time it is for you. Get some sleep if you guys woke up for the stream. Please get some sleep. Yeah, no, those videos were great. All right, I'll talk to you guys more.